The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, well, afternoon into evening, alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale. Good afternoon from Wells Fargo Arena. We are in downtown Des Moines as we preempt regular programming on most of these Iowa Catholic Radio network stations to bring you the girls' state basketball tournament coverage in Class 5A and Dowling Catholic. And we are staying on time as we are the fourth game today in the quarterfinals. Dowling and the defending state champion Pleasant Valley coming up, both teams with identical records of 19-4. And Scott Babinett, welcome. We're sitting on the ice here at Wells Fargo Arena because I got the buffers over the ice here where the Iowa Wild play, and my feet are getting cold already.
I know. I forgot how cold it gets. I mean, I'm warm except for my feet.
Yeah, we'll find that out. But, hey, what an afternoon we've seen thus far in Class 5A. Johnston, who played Pleasant Valley in the championship game last year and finished second. They defeated West Des Moines Valley 60-31 in game one. So Johnston advances to the semifinals on Thursday morning, and they'll take on Waukee, who literally held off Ankeny Centennial 46-44. So it'll be Johnston and Waukee for the third time this year. And Johnson has beaten Waukee 6 straight times since Johnson's had their pretty good group together. So those are the top of the bracket winners. In the bottom half of the bracket, Cedar Falls has upset Davenport North 71-65 in a game that just finished here at Wells Fargo Arena. So Dowling or Pleasant Valley will face Cedar Falls, and that game will be Thursday morning at 11:45. And if Dowling's in playing, we'll be on the air at 11:30 with pregame. So that's we caught everybody up there, Scott.
Definitely the plan. I mean, Johnston didn't leave much to not much to question today. They looked really good coming out of the shoot and just kind of took it to. I'm sorry, I blanked on who they played. Waukee. They took it to them, and
I'm sorry.
I mean, not Waukee.
Johnston played Valley.
Valley. They just took it to him right away and just left little doubt. And then the second game, yeah, you're right. Literally at the end, Centennial had a chance to drive the score and
3 times.
So
3 possessions couldn't score.
But that was a heck of a game. But that's something that happens when you play someone 3 times and it's closely matched. And then, although it's surprising that in that group, Waukee won 3 times against Scott DeYoung's team. So today, I mean, that last game was close. It looked like it might go overtime, and then all of a sudden Cedar Falls stretched it out late. So 2 good games, though, and I expect a third good game here.
Absolutely, and we want to welcome our listeners. Again, if you're used to Coach Favorite, best of luck. If you're used to listening to programming in Iowa Catholic Radio, we're preempting regular programming to bring you girls' state basketball tournament coverage. And this is our pregame show. Both teams on the floor right now, Dowling and Pleasant Valley. The Pleasant Valley team, Earl, best of luck out there. Earl Holst, the photographer for Dowling Catholic and many other places. You know what he's doing? He's getting the award for Fan of the Year. Each team has an opportunity to nominate someone. Dowling has nominated Earl Holst. He's a gentleman at all the sporting events, whether it's cross-country, football, you name it. Earl's there with his camera, and he's getting. He was nominated, and he's going to be presented before the game in a little ceremony. I got to get up and get a picture, so you got to fill for about a minute. Talk about something, you know.
Well, maybe talk about how these guys. I've been here 8 years, and how all these people are beating you as Fan of the Year. How's that happening?
Well, they've all deserved it more than I have, believe me. And after going through what I did yesterday I found out during church that WHO TV here in town did a piece on me, which I knew about, but I didn't know when it was going to be released. And my phone starts blowing up in the middle of Mass yesterday morning. And the rest is history. So I hope if you get a chance, it's Radio Faces, WHO TV. They have it on their website. They advertise it during their programming, mainly their news and programming at night. So you may see me on there, but the whole interview is about a 40-minute interview. And I thought that was 35 minutes too long.
It was a good interview. It was interesting. You and I have talked a little bit about growing up with some of the great sportscasters here in Iowa, and then you actually got to work with a few of them, and that's pretty cool to hear, and just your experience and what got you where you're doing, and just all the different events you've gotten to work. So it's pretty incredible, and a good listen.
Well, I appreciate that, Scott. Yeah, I always look over my shoulders. People think, is he retiring? No, I feel pretty good. And I get ready to do college softball week from next weekend. And actually tomorrow we have a scrimmage going on down at Simpson. So I get out there and run around with these college girls that I've been doing that for about 30 years. And so I feel good. Hopefully come back. Station wants me back. You want me back. Dowling wants me back. There's a lot of people I got to go through to come back. And I love it. And I love the piece that WHO did. Radio Faces, I was the 41st interview, and he's looking for more, and I gave him a couple more names to kind of search that I think should be on there. But Doug Bailey does a great job, and I want to thank him and all the folks at WHO TV for being hospitable during my 1 hour taping I had last week.
Yeah, it was a good interview, and folks, that Mark going to the softball, that just means he's going to the dark side, as us coaches think, next week. So
the dark side. Yeah, you basketball coaches, I hear it. I hear you. All right, we want to thank Brady Grimm. He's our studio producer. Let's talk about this and not so much me.
Well, I didn't mean softball the dark side.
Good. I'm glad.
I like softball. It's something about the officiating or something.
Yeah, that's right, officiating. Yeah. I remember last summer, Coach Meyer, the Dowling girls coach, said, yeah, I'm turning and watch the state tournament, and I've won the state tournament games. I looked and I saw you in the pink shirt. You were behind the plate calling the championship game, and it was Winterset, and I forgot who they were playing. I mistake, but that was me, and it was rather warm, but I do that not only in the spring but also summer.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't offend two former players that I got to work with, in Margaret Tobias and Ella McVeigh. So
you don't want to do that.
I do not. They're great kids and great players for both basketball and softball.
And playing softball at the next level, at least Ella McVeigh is, for the University of Michigan. And I don't know if Margaret, is she?
Kentucky, I believe.
Is she at Kentucky? Good for them. All right. Hey, this is Dowling and Pleasant Valley. Believe it or not, folks, they met last year in the semifinals, and Pleasant Valley ended Dowling's season, unfortunately, 50-33 in a game in which Dowling didn't shoot very well, Scott. But the two teams met over the Christmas break this past December at the Johnson tournament, and Dowling defeated Pleasant Valley by the score of 43-36 after Dowling trailing 13-0 into the first quarter, but the Maroons came out with the victory. So the two teams now are 1-1 against each other in the very short year.
Yeah, and I'd like to suggest that they don't start off 13-0 tonight unless it's in their favor. That was a tough game. I mean, Pleasant Valley plays a 2-3 zone, and they extend it and they trap out of it, and they're long, they're quick. And so that gave Dowling a lot of problems last year, and a little bit at the beginning of the Johnson Invitational that they played. And Dowling came out of it and made a good comeback and hit some timely threes, which they're apt to do with their shooting ability. But, this is going to be another good matchup today.
Oh, it certainly should. Both teams come in with records of 19-4. Pleasant Valley, the 6th seed, Dowling, the 3 seed, and they're both in the bottom bracket. Again, the winner will play Cedar Falls, who upset Davenport North 71-65. Davenport North has the dynamic duel that one of them is hurt and out for the year. She's missed. This was her 7th game that she's missed, and the University of Iowa recruit is out. So North was a little undermanned. They were the number 2 seed and got knocked out. So the winner will play Cedar Falls on Thursday. And you look at Pleasant Valley. What a year they had last year. They won 37 of 38 games going into the state tournament. And since then, they've won 21 of 25 games. Again, beating Dowling in the 5A semifinals last year before Dowling beat them at the Johnston tournament. So this is a team that's led by a Vice girl. It's Quinn Vice. She's headed to Drake. Her sister now plays for Marquette and is in the rotation there at Marquette University. But it was her sister who did the damage. She averaged 20 points and almost 10 rebounds last year, and this year they're just trying to find their way through. I think they graduated one other senior that was in the mix. So this is a Pleasant Valley that returns a lot of experience from a year ago against this Dowling team that has a lot of experience coming into tonight's game.
They do, and I mean, besides Vice last year, both teams were relatively young, but we were talking about the amount of points coming back is still more for Pleasant Valley coming back into this game. But again, it's good for the Maroons to see them in December and see what they're about. And they finally broke the code, so to speak, when they made their comeback. And while they were down 13-0 after about 9 minutes, they won the fourth quarter 15-2. So it was those middle quarters that made the difference. And Dowling's defense is pretty solid if they play that way. And we've been talking about it all year. You showed me the players of interest on here, and obviously Ava Zedeker's on here, but I don't think it's that Dowling doesn't have more. It's just more people haven't produced consistently when they have the ability to. And so I think that'd be very key today and for the rest of the tournament. And Dowling gets those contributions, they'll be just fine.
Well, the Maroons have got notoriety with some of this list that came out today. Ava Zedeker and Ellie Muller were on that list. Ava headed to the University of Creighton University in Omaha, but not next year. She's just a junior. And Ellie Muller, a sophomore, has several Division I offers on the table right now, but obviously as a sophomore just kind of feeling things out. But the supporting cast, the Ellie Olsons, the Layla Trittons, and the Katie Muller, the younger Muller sister, who is a freshman, have really stepped up for the Maroons. A young team. I think, as we talked about, Scott, Dowling's problem has been when they face a team, and I think Johnston is, in my opinion, heads and tails above the rest. And it showed all year. I think the closest game they had was Centennial when they played them the second time. Dowling had the closest game before that, a 12 or 11 point loss. But Johnson has 4 Division I players, I think 3 Division I and 1 Division II player in their starting lineup, and a bench that's been prepared. And they're the deepest team in this state tournament. And when it comes to playing 3 games in a week and going back-to-back, especially if you're in the semis Thursday and the finals are Friday for Class 5A at 6 o'clock, Friday night, you really need a deep bench, and they're the team that everybody looks towards, and it's a matter of, okay, which team is going to be left to face Johnston?
Right, and I mean, Johnston has proven themselves. I mean, they're ranked, I believe, in the top 25 of the nation right now.
Number 18, and
just they've been really impressive all year. Dowling, besides Pleasant Valley, was the last team to beat them, I believe, last year. And in that game, they got a lot of contributions from different people, and were able to run out and hit some easy shots and get some confidence early on. And just Johnson hasn't allowed the teams to do that recently. So that's to beat them. But you got to get there first. And this is a tough team to play today. A different team. You're used to playing a lot of man-to-man, and this team's going to play an extended 2-3 zone. It would be great for Dowling to get some rebounding and out and run on them a little bit before they can set up in their defense, and then force them to do something different, whether it's trying to press the Maroons, who have handled presses all year very well, and try to get some easy baskets that way before they get the kick-out threes.
And how about this brand new court here at Wells Fargo Arena? It's set up for the Iowa girl. I don't know if they're going to use this next week for the boys state basketball tournament, but it's catered to the Iowa girl, and only 1 3-point line. We don't have the multiples. I remember kids, whether it be girls or boys, they come down here and you see them shooting from the furthest 3-point line, which, that's the NBA G League team. The Wolves use that. But now we have 1 3-point line, so things should get a little bit better with the girls adjusting for all the teams at the state tournament.
Yeah, it makes it easier to benchmark, where you've been on offense all year and not get confused between the various lines. Of course, the first few years that I was with the team, we had one person that didn't care where that line was anyway. But,
You're talking about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
it didn't make any difference.
So
they put logos out there for a reason. That's what she was used to, right?
Right. So, but for the girls, it's good to match up where they're supposed to be. But, Dowling's were the best, if not the best, 3-point shooting team in the state. And they just need to get locked in tonight. It'd be nice if Katie Muller could get hot from the outside. She hit some key threes in the game against Pleasant Valley in December. I think Layla Tritton hit a big three late in the comeback. And so both Mullers, I believe, led that effort. I think it was 14-12 or 16-12 in the first game. between both of them, and so that's good contributions there.
All right, well, let's take a break here in our pregame show alongside Scott Babinet. I'm Mark Amadale. Yes, we are courtside here, Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, as we preempt regular programming here on Iowa Catholic Radio this afternoon. Brady Grimm is our studio producer, and we'll continue with more pregame. The introductions will go on here at Wells Fargo Arena. The PA announcer will introduce everyone on each staff, so we'll have a little bit of extra pregame. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back to Wells Fargo Arena. It's Dowling and Pleasant Valley. First round of the Class 5A State Girls Basketball Tournament in Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. More after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610, ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Hey, welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. You can see the atmosphere building up to this final game in Class 5A. It's Dowling and Pleasant Valley, a rematch of last year's state semifinal that Pleasant Valley won a year ago, losing to Pleasant Valley. Johnson defeated West Des Moines Valley 60-31 in Game 1, so Johnson moves on to the semifinals, and they'll take on Waukee. Waukee defeated Ankeny Centennial 46-44 for the third time this year, so it'll be Johnson and Waukee for another rematch, and then Cedar Falls defeating Davenport North, the number 2 seed. So number 7 seed upsets number 2 seed, 71-65. So the winner of Dowling and Pleasant Valley will take on Cedar Falls Thursday morning. And if it's Dowling, we'll be on the air at 11:30 with our pregame. So that catches up our listeners. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet here, and presentations going on to start this this contest. And now the recognition of the fans of each team. And for Dowling, it'll be Earl Holst, longtime supporter of Dowling Catholic Athletics. He has his own video photography business. And I'll tell you what, if Earl is just a gem.
Yes.
And you almost trip over him when you're at some of the games because he's got that floor chair that he uses right over there to our left, Scott. But he's being recognized now. And where's Tom Donahue at? Oh, he's right next to you. So
he can't take a selfie with that long lens.
Well, he could probably try.
Yeah.
And,
if anybody could, he'd do it.
Yeah.
So
you want to wake Donahue up and let him know what's going on? Oh, he's going to do it there. Okay. All right. It's basketball, and we're going to go through what else? We talked about the games going on.
Starting lineup.
All this week. And there's Earl. The Dowling fans are across from us. They're the home team.
And there have been good crowds here today. I mean, both obviously the big schools are well supported. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're very well supported. And I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio all season long who has been with us. And they include Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, our thanks to construction professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, our thanks to Blessman International, Fast Sides, and Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology in Clive. We appreciate all their support all season long. And now we've got the video presentation before the starting lineup. So let's get to the starting lineups. We get those done. We'll start with the visitors from Pleasant Valley, the defending state champs in Class 5A, coming in with a record of 19-4. And they come in with a number 6 seed. And they will start at point guard. Reagan Pagliano, 5'7" junior, averaging 12.5 points, leads a team with 5 assists per game and 48 made threes. And Pagnano will wear number 3. The other guard is Jesse Clemens, a 5'10 senior, averaging 10.5 points, but leads a team with 109 steals on the year. And she'll wear number 2. At one forward for the Spartans, Isabella Kramer, 6'3 sophomore, averaging just under 8 points, but leads the team with 5.5 rebounds. Kramer will wear number 24. And the other forward, Addie Maurer, 6'1 junior, averaging 5.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 32. And at center, the 6'4 junior, verbally committed to Drake University, and that's Quinn Weiss. Her older sister, Hallie, playing for Marquette University, graduated last year and led Pleasant Valley to the state title. But Quinn now, a junior at 6'4", averaging 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and she'll wear number 23. So it'll be Pagnano, Clemens, Kramer, Maurer, and Weiss, the 5 and the 4 for Pleasant Valley, under 13-year head coach Jennifer Getz, assisted by Amy Labarge, Marcy Hill, and Samantha Urban. And the Spartans come in averaging 60 points on offense, but Scott give up just 30 points per game on defense. And they come in, the visiting team, wearing their road blue and gray uniforms.
Yeah, an amazing 17 steals a game. That's
what they average.
And that's the extension of their zone and their length and the quickness at the top to cause a lot of problems. Last year they caused problems for Dowling when they would drive, got a little too deep and didn't kick out soon enough or reverse through the high post. So they need to do that a little bit better today.
And for Dowling Catholic, they come in as a number 3 seed in Class 5A. Their record also 19-4. Head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 8th year, assisted by Joel Danner, Audrey Favor, Tom Donahue, who's really not coaching. He's taking photographers right next to us. And Lisa Morrissey-Smith, the JV1 coaches, Jonathan Vanderaa and Logan Greiner, the JV2 coaches. And now the Dowling girls, after being introduced with their reserves, are now being introduced as starting lineup. The Maroons will start at point guard Ava Zedeker, one of 3 captains on the Dowling team. Zedeker, a 5'10 junior, headed to Creighton University, averaging 18.5 points, 5 rebounds. She'll wear number 13. The other guard and captain is Layla Tritton, a 5'8 junior, averaging 7.5 points, and she will wear number 15. And the third guard, Katie Muller, 5'11 freshman, averaging 11.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. And she and Zedeker have been back and forth leading the team in three-pointers made. Well, Muller now leads the team with 60 made threes. Zedeker with 59 going to the tournament. And Katie Muller will wear number 11. One forward for Dowling and a captain, Ellie Olson, 5'10 junior, averaging just under 3 points and 3.5 rebounds. One of the leaders in steals on this season, and she'll wear number 5. And at center for the Maroons, Ellie Muller, 6'1 sophomore, leads the team in a school record 78 block shots and counting this year for Ellie Muller, averaging 11.5 points, 10 rebounds. And Ellie will wear number 23. So again, it'll be Zedeker, Tritton, Muller. That'll be Katie Muller, along with Ellie Olson and Ellie Muller for Dowling. The Maroons come in averaging just over 62.5 points on offense, give up 40.5 points on defense. Maroons have 5 state titles to their credit, the last one being in 2014. And Scott, the 25th appearance in a state tournament for the Dowling girls in 50 years of existence as a program. So there's the tail of the tape. Maroons come in winning 17 of 18 games, 9 in a row. Pleasant Valley has won 9 in a row and won 11 of the last 12 games. All right, that's the tail of the tape. We'll come back with the tip-off between Dowling and Pleasant Valley in the 5A State Girls Basketball Tournament here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. But first, a word from President of Dowling Catholic High School, Dr. Dan Ryan, and our pregame prayer from Father Reed Flood. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Hamadale, we'll return with the tip-off, Dowling and Pleasant Valley, after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, President of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, we're underway here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Mark Hamadale, Scott Babinet, Brady Grimm, our studio producer. Maroons win the tip, and they get a look inside by Ellie Muller. Her shot hits the underside of the backboard, no good. Rebound comes out to Dowling, and a long three up and no good. So the Maroons go 0 for 2 in their first possession, and now Pleasant Valley with it in the front court. Jesse Clemens, Reagan Pagliano, Quinn Weiss, Isabella Kramer, and Addie Maurer, the five on the floor. Underneath, here's Maurer with the shot, up and good. Check that, Quinn Weiss with the basket, and the Spartans up 2-0.
And they're starting out in a 2-2-1 press against the Maroons.
And the Maroons break the press. They get the ball in the front court. Here's Zedeker dribbling baseline. Cut off. Lob it underneath. Now that ball goes through the hands of Muller into the hands of Olsen. They swing it to the baseline. Pass underneath, and the Maroons guilty of the extra pass. And now a possible run-up. Pagliano down court, and her shot is blocked out of bounds by Katie Muller. But the Maroons getting a little sloppy on the offensive end, and this is kind of what plagued them a year ago.
Yeah, they're not attacking. They've had a couple opportunities. They're not going up strong with it right now. I don't know if they're intimidated or whatnot. Just not good efforts inside yet.
Yeah, you got to get the feel for the game, and the Maroons are trying to do that. Here is Pagliano with it in the lane, and she draws the foul on the pass. And that'll be the first foul of the ball game on Dowling. I think they got Katie Muller with her first foul.
Thought it was Trenton maybe.
Is it Layla? We'll see. So it is Trenton with the first foul of the ball game. It's a shooting foul.
And Dowling is shading them to drive left. She just let her get back into her body instead of letting her come back to her and closing space that way.
First free throw no good by Pagliano. Second free throw on the way, and it's good. So 3-0 Pleasant Valley. Full court pressure by the Spartans. 2-2-1 full court press. Zedeker with it. She and Olsen are the two guards that trail. He's lobbing in the front court. Zedeker gets to Katie Muller. Dowling will start their offense with 25 in the shot clock. Here's Zedeker with it. Gets it to Olsen. Olsen looks inside. 2-3 zone, as you mentioned, Scott, by the Spartans. Olsen with the ball. In the corner goes to Katie Muller. She's cut off nicely by Addie Maurer. And now the Maroons now with 5 in the shot clock. Got to do something. Here's Trenton with it. Over to Muller. Katie for 3. Up, no good, and out of bounds. And it'll be a shot clock violation on Dowling.
Yeah, they just got they're way out of sync right now, and a lot of perimeter orientation right now, and not really looking. You got to face up to the rim, maybe attack those gaps, and then do the kickouts. But you got to be confident when you go up to shoot right now.
Officials this afternoon: Garrett Wirtz, Chad Slagle, and Travis Berkey. Congratulations to them being selected for the state tournament. And now all the way down the lane, Jesse Clemens shot up and no good, drew the foul, and free throws coming for Pleasant Valley. And this foul will be on
Zedeker, I believe.
Is it Zedeker?
Yes.
Yeah, 13 they said. Okay.
I know she wasn't happy with the call.
Yeah, we are almost sitting below the floor, if you will, just a hair, and free throw up and no good. So the Spartans having trouble at the free throw line. Clemens misses the first free throw. Second one on the way. 3-0 Pleasant Valley. Winner plays Cedar Falls on Thursday morning as the second free throw is good by Clemens.
And the press hasn't turned over the Maroons yet, but it's slowing them down, so they're getting into offense later than they want.
4-0 Pleasant Valley. Wolves are 2 for 4 at the line. Ellie Muller on the right block, leaves it for Trenton. Dribbling baseline, and now tries to reverse pass, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Spartans. Again, these two teams played at the Johnson tournament back in December. Dowling winning 43-36, but the Maroons got off to a slow start there, Scott, trailing 13-0 after 1 quarter of play.
Yeah, Nellie Muller can be aggressive inside and go to score. She should attack. The refs have called a couple fouls on Dowling. She needs to attack inside as well.
2-3 zone by Pleasant Valley. Here's Zedeker with it. Gets it on the right baseline, double team. Now kicks it out to Trenton. 5 on the shot clock. They lob it underneath, and it's stolen away by Pleasant Valley. Haley Aslin in there. with the steal. Now corner three up and no good by the Spartans. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Olsen. Outlet pass goes to Zedeker. Spartans couldn't set up their press, and Dowling now in the front court. Let's see if the Maroons can get something offensively. 4-0 Pleasant Valley. 4:40 to go, first quarter from Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. And now the pass to Tritton. It's stolen away. Stolen away by Pagliano. Her and Clemens lead the 2-on-1 fast break, and the basket is up and good as a foul on Katie Moeller. 2-on-1 fast break. Pagliano faked the throw, and she drew the foul and gets the basket.
And that is the fourth turnover on the Maroons so far.
Now we got a 30-second timeout called. This foul will be the first one on Katie Moeller. We'll keep it here with 4:26 to go in the first quarter. And the Spartans leading in this contest over Dowling Catholic 6-0. I want to thank construction professionals along with Klein Electric, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Bozeman the Florist for supporting our broadcast all season long in our 47th year of covering Dowling Catholic sports. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. Coach, what are you seeing besides no points out of the Maroon offense?
Well, the Maroons are in there against this defense. They're getting deep in the corner like they do at the regular offense or 4 out. And that tends to give Pleasant Valley a chance to go down and trap that corner and force it back out. And they're recovering quickly. The ball's not moving fast enough. The defense can't outrun the ball if you're moving it quickly, so you can't put yourself in trapping positions.
All right, Reagan Pagliano at the free throw line and completes the three-point play. So she has 4 points as she takes a seat on the bench. 7-point lead for Pleasant Valley, 7-0 Spartans. And this looks like a little 1-2-2 full court press, 1-3-1 full court press. Dowling breaks it to get in the front court to Tritton. Layla picks up her dribble. Pass in the corner. Corner three by Katie Moeller. Good. Maroons needed that. Katie with a corner three from the left side.
And there the ball movement was so much better. When teams try to press you, I feel like your mentality should be, I want to attack to score, and that's the first time they did that.
Out of the timeout, Kaylee Moen, who checked in, shoots the three. It's good. So Moen, with her 14th made three, extends a lead to 7, 10-3 over Dowling. Runs in the front court. Katie Moeller lobs it in to Olsen. Corner three by Zedeker is up and good from the right corner. So the Maroons have nailed a three on each side and have capped the scoring drought. 10-6, Pleasant Valley. Now Pagliano for three, it's no good. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Moeller. And Maroons now pushing the ball up court.
And this is the type of game they want.
Here's Zedeker, and the ball stolen away by Pagliano. 2-on-1 fast break. Lead pass goes to Katie Moeller. They work underneath, and a layup good by Quinn Weiss. So, yeah, it's, turnovers have been the bugaboo for Dowling. Weiss with 4 points.
They have 5 turnovers so far in this game. Officially, we have the official stats going today.
We do. All right, Dowling with the ball. They lob underneath. Here's Ellie Olsen, the right block, kicks it back out. Now in the right corner to Katie Moeller. The ball tipped out of bounds by Haley Aslin as Pleasant Valley went to their bench with their 2 subs, Aslin and Moen. We have yet to see Morgan Rassman in, number 33. Dowling with the ball, 15 on the shot clock, under 3 minutes to play first quarter. And it's 12-6, Pleasant Valley with the lead. Macy Harnden in the lineup for Dowling on that left dead ball, the 5'3 junior. Underneath, Dowling works it inside, and a shot off the glass good by Zedeker.
Zedeker was aware of the clock situation there and got that up quickly.
That's the lead to 4, 12-8 Pleasant Valley. Spartans in the front court. Dowling stays man-to-man. Pleasant Valley has played a 2-3 zone. We'll see that most of the contest, I'm sure. There's Pagliano in and a pushing foul on the Maroons. They're going to get Ellie Olsen, I think, for the foul. We'll see. And they will. So Ellie picks up her first foul, and that is team foul number 4 on Dowling with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, 4-0 on this side of it, and that's probably more of a byproduct of Pleasant Valley being aggressive to the basket and attacking, as opposed to Dowling at this point not doing that.
12-8 Pleasant Valley at the free throw line. A shot by Weiss is no good. Rebound Dowling. Maroons in transition. Here's Tritton with it. They reverse it. Top of the key for three by Katie Muller. Good! Lights out by Katie. I think she's 2 out of 3 from 3 this afternoon. Minute 50 to play, and it's a 1-point Pleasant Valley lead, 12-11. And the Spartans now in the front court.
Yeah, as rough as that start has been, to be within 1 right now is a blessing, right?
Well, you don't want too deep of a hole to dig out of, Scott. That was reminds me of last year.
Yeah.
Now they work the ball inside to Kramer. Turnaround shot up and good by her. Isabella Kramer from the left block. It's her first 2 points for the Spartans.
And Dowling wants to just push this ball up here. If you remember, we were talking in the last game, they were getting the ball up in a opportunistic situation within 4 seconds.
Zedeker for 3 in the corner, and it's good, and we're tied at 14. Dowling and Pleasant Valley with a minute 10 to play here in the first quarter here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. We appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. And now a turnover as a pass by Kramer to one of her cutters goes out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball for the final 58 seconds here in the first quarter. Substitution, Ellie Muller and Macy Harnden check out for the Maroons. Tritton returns to the lineup, and for the first time this afternoon, we will see Kaylee Klein for Dowling, the 5'11 freshman in.
2 for 1, Mark?
It is 2 for 1 time, yes. 2 for 1 at your local supermarket, yes. Just during prime time hours, drive time hours, I should say. 47 seconds ago, 22 on the shot clock. Dowling with the ball. Work it around the perimeter, 2-3 zone. Now Klein for 3, and it's
right
good.
off the bench. Wow.
How about that?
Well, those 2 freshmen, they might have their own contest going between them. The ratio of threes in the time played is those 2 freshmen we're talking about have a great.
Dowling has her first lead of the contest by 3, and now a block shot by Olsen, but Pleasant Valley retains possession. 13 seconds remaining, shot clock off here in the final seconds of the first quarter. The Maroons have picked up their intensity. All of a sudden, there's a little bit more hop in everybody's step. And now Maurer lobs underneath her. The shot by Pagliano is no good, and the horn will go off. And we've come to the end of the first quarter here in the final Class 5A quarterfinals. And it's Dowling leading 17-14 over Pleasant Valley alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale, and we'll return to Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines to the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Des Moines Symphony, presenting Discover Gershwin. Award-winning pianist Michelle Cann celebrates the 100th anniversary of Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. The concert will open with Grammy-nominated composer Carlos Simon's gospel-inspired Amen. And Caesar Franck's Symphony in D minor will bring the concert to a close Saturday night, March 9th, and Sunday afternoon, March 10th at the Des Moines Civic Center. Learn more at dmsymphony.org.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, as we start the second quarter. Dowling Catholic girls leading Pleasant Valley 17-14, along with Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale, and Scott. Dowling yet to shoot a free throw, but the Spartans of Pleasant Valley 3 of 5 in the first quarter. You got to look at some numbers.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley in the first quarter was 5 for 11 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 of them offensive, 1 turnover for Dowling. They were... It just blanked on me, Mark.
Oh, you're reading off the internet,
the
yeah.
Live stats. Just
there you go. And now on the baseline, a shot up and no good. Pleasant Valley with the first possession of the second quarter. Isabella Kramer's shot from the right side, no good. Rebound Dowling. Here's Zedeker, goes around the screen, and her shot up and good, goes around the front end of a 2-3 zone. Go ahead.
Dowling was 6 for 9, including 5 for 7 from 3. No free throws, 6 rebounds, 2 of them offensive, and 5 turnovers, which is the biggest difference in the game and why Pleasant Valley got out so quickly.
Now Pleasant Valley pull-up jumper, no good by Reagan Pagliano. Rebound Dowling. That basket by Zedeker. She now has 10 points to lead all scorers. First player in double figures. Dowling also led by Katie Muller, 6 points. Kaylee Klein off the bench with 3 points. But the Maroons have not attempted a free throw here in the first half. Dowling 19, Pleasant Valley 14. So the Maroons with a 5-point lead, their largest of the afternoon. Pleasant Valley's largest lead was in the first quarter at 7 points. Matter of fact, they were up 7-0. Zedeker for 3, it's up and no good. Rebound, offensive rebound, Dowling and Ellie Muller. She turns, and an off-balance shot no good, and a rebound out to Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, I think that'll be a big development for her game for next year is getting physical inside to not get bumped off when she goes to make her move. I believe it's second on Tritton.
And they're going to get Layla Tritton for the foul. She'll take a seat. Kaylee Klein checks in.
That first possession for Dowling was a good sign that Zedeker wasn't settling for threes there. She went inside and hit the mid-range there. They need to get more inside and more attacks, rebound and get out and run to get some free throw opportunities.
All right, Pleasant Valley with the basketball. 30 on the shot clock. Kramer now with it on the right block, kicks it back out to Pagliano. Now top of the key, it goes to Maurer, and this is Addie Maurer. She'll launch the 3, and it's good. A little bit beyond the arc.
Yeah, Maurer came in last year and had 10 points against Dowling, which was not expected last year.
Her first 3 points tonight for Pleasant Valley. Dowling with the ball, leading 19-17. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Ellie Muller, back to her sister Katie Muller for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. And the rebound cleared out of there by Isabella Kramer and Pleasant Valley.
She saw it a little too late. She was going to follow. If she followed it right away, should have had that.
All right, Spartans with it. Down the lane is Maurer. Her shot up and no good. Good defense that time by Kaylee Klein. A rebound out to Dowling. Maroons running. Here's Zedeker on the baseline. Dribbles through some contact. Her shot up and good. She put it up right over Quinn Vance.
Yeah, that was a good little fadeaway there to get away from the length of Weiss there.
Quinn Weiss, exactly. And she had a nice little dribble penetration to give herself some space. And now Maroons jump back on defense, leading by 4. 21-17 Dowling as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Now here is Maurer with it. Kicks it out. Here is Weiss for 3. It's in and out, no good. Offensive rebound. Isabella Kramer for Pleasant Valley, and they'll have a brand new shot clock, and they'll reset their offense against Dowling's man-to-man defense.
And Pleasant Valley's trying to attack Zedeker with Pagliano there, try to get that second foul on her.
Trying to set up isolation. Isabella Kramer, number 24 on Olsen, and they work underneath, and a shot up, and good, and a timeout called by Pleasant Valley. Basket was by Quinn Weiss. That is her 6th point of the afternoon, and we'll keep it here with Dowling leading 21-19. 4:35 remaining here in the second quarter from Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Again, Mark Amadeo alongside Scott Babinet as we preempt regularly scheduled programming and the afternoon drive to bring you this contest in Class 5A. Earlier today, it was Johnston, the defending, they went the 5A championship game, losing to Pleasant Valley a year ago, but Johnston, number 1 team in the state, won their 24th straight. They defeated West Des Moines Valley 60-31 in game 1 this morning. And then earlier this afternoon, Waukee defeated Ankeny Centennial for the 3rd time this year, 46-44 in a close game. So Johnston and Waukee will move to the semifinals on Thursday morning. And then earlier, Cedar Falls upset Davenport North 71-65. So the winner of Dowling and Pleasant Valley will play Cedar Falls Thursday morning at 11:45. Dowling out of the Pleasant Valley timeout with the basketball. Corner 3 by Katie Muller, no good. Rebound out to the Spartans. And they dribbled in the front court. Dribble handoff goes to Quinn Weiss from Pagliano. Now the Spartans coming off a ball screen. There's Maurer.
They're letting a lot of physicality off at the top on those top screens go.
Yeah, they're close to being illegal, but they haven't called it yet. And now down the lane, Kaylee Mullen, who's in the lineup, has her shot blocked out of bounds by Muller, and that would have been Katie Muller with the block.
And Katie on that last three, usually when she's got her feet set, that ball's going down. She's backing up and shooting as she was backing up on that one.
Now a long three up and no good by Pagliano of Pleasant Valley. Rebound Zedeker and the Maroons. Ava pressing the ball, and now a whistle and a blocking foul called on Pleasant Valley, as Ava was going to go one way and Pagliano went the other, and Reagan Pagliano picks up the foul. That's her first.
Thought we heard a little Bronx cheer there.
Oh, you might. The Pleasant Valley fans are behind us and well represented.
Well, I think it was more from the Dowling side. It was the first foul called on Pleasant Valley.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Maroons lead 21-19. We've been stuck on that score here for most of the second quarter. Macy Harnden in the lineup for the Maroons out of the timeout. Gets to Ellie Olson. Over in the corner to Zedeker for three. It's no good, but a foul on the shot by Addie Maurer. And guess who has 3 free throws coming? Ava Zedeker.
Yeah, that was a good ball movement there. That's one thing getting out of Ellie Olson is she's posting at the high post, getting it, turning, and moving the ball quickly. And they're playing up on her, so she's not looking to score in the first place, but playing up on her forces it so she can get the pass to an open shooter. In that case, it was Zedeker.
Zedeker, the first of 3 free throws. She makes the first one. And this afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs. Blessman International. Our thanks to Skeffington's Formal Wear and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Second free throw good by Zedeker. She now has 14 points. And with 3:29 left to go, the third free throw good. Dowling by 5, 24-19, and Zedeker with 15 points to lead all scorers here this afternoon. 24-19 Dowling. With the basketball is Kramer in the front court for Pleasant Valley. They go right to left in front of us as we are courtside here, towards the south basket here at Wells Fargo Arena. Pleasant Valley in their road blue uniforms with gray trim and white numbers. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon letters and numbers. And now on the baseline, shot up and no good by Quinn Weiss. Battle for the basketball, and it was almost like a wrestling move down there between Kaylee Mullen and Harnden, and Dowling wins it because of possession arrow favors Dowling.
That was good hustle. I mean, it was a tough box out underneath there because the offense is in motion and just popped over Harden's head, I believe, and then she dove for it and then tie up and give the Maroons the ball.
24-19 our score. Dowling by 5. And the basketball against the 2-3 zone. We've seen it all afternoon by Pleasant Valley. Corner 3 by Zedeker, up and good, and her feet got taken out from under her, but she's up and running back. Another 3, and Zedeker with 18 first half points to lead Dowling. That's her third 3. Now underneath, a shot off the glass, no good by Clemens, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling.
Yeah, on Muller.
And
Ellie Muller.
Ellie picks up her first foul. It'll be a shooting foul for the Spartans with 2:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling 27, Pleasant Valley 19.
And one thing you've seen out of the Maroons since Pleasant Valley called that timeout was Coach Meyer kind of got after Ellie Muller there for trailing on a layup that Pleasant Valley got there, and the Maroons have been up on the offensive player more and talking at the top.
And both free throws good by Jessie Clemens, who is now 3 out of 4 this afternoon at the free throw line for 3 points. 2:25 remaining. Dowling by 6, 27-21. They lob it inside to Ellie Muller. Her shot no good. Put back up, and a whistle and a foul on Pleasant Valley as Ellie might have had her first shot altered, but she drew the foul on the Spartans. And that'll be on number 32, Andy Maurer, her second. And Muller to the free throw line. Looking for her first points of the afternoon. Ellie, a 50% free throw shooter, hits the first free throw and her first point.
Yeah, and when she's on the move and catching, or they're drawing the defender and she's able to just put it up right away, she's money there. If she gets her post-up game going, that'll just make her unstoppable inside.
Second free throw good by Ellie Muller, who now has 2 points. And it's Dowling by 8, 29-21. Maroons equal their largest lead of the afternoon here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Now the other way we go. Clemens on the baseline. Her shot no good. Ball slapped into the hands of Ellie Olsen by Ellie Muller. And Dowling with the rebound and in the front court. Here's Tritton with it, who's back in. Gets to Zedeker. And let's see how far Pleasant Valley extends that 2-3 zone. The second half we'll see more because it'll be in front of us.
Right. Well, the thing about Dowling is they need to face up and just like that.
How about Ellie Olsen?
Yeah.
Pass underneath to Ellie Muller. One Ellie to another. Layup good, and Dowling by 10, 31-21 with 1:30 to go, Scott.
And it's surprising to me that they would play her that aggressively at the top. She hasn't proven she wants to score.
Now down the lane, shot by Clemens, no good for Pleasant Valley. Dowling with the rebound. Zedeker for three in transition, and it's good. Ava Zedeker with 21 points all in the first half with 1:10 to play, extends Dowling's lead to 13. Pleasant Valley the other way, going against Dowling's man-to-man. Top of the key it goes. This is Weiss with it. Turnaround shot no good. Muller with the rebound. And now she loses it. Clemens with the steal. Layup good. Ellie was falling down and lost the basketball, and Clemens right there and scores.
Yeah, that was a fortunate bounce for Pleasant Valley there. They tripped over each other.
45 seconds remaining in the first half. Dowling by 11, 34-23. Maroons now winding the clock, 15 on the shot clock, 30 seconds on the game clock. Muller for three, it's off the rim, no good. And rebound comes out to Pleasant Valley and Addie Maurer. Clemens in the front court for the Spartans. Again, both teams with records of 19-4. The Maroons have won 9 in a row to get here, as has Pleasant Valley. The Spartans dump it into Kramer. They kick it back out. Long three coming by Quinn Weiss, no good. Rebound Zedeker and Dowling. And a shot at half court is no good. And we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic leading 34-23 over the defending state champions, Pleasant Valley Spartans, here at halftime. As the Maroons double the score from the first quarter, Scott, as Dowling outscored Pleasant Valley 17-9 here in the second quarter to lead here at halftime.
It kind of feels like a reversal of last year's game, doesn't it? I mean,
a lot.
It was pretty close after one of these, 12-10 last year, and then Pleasant Valley stretched it out. And, I mean, usually as a coach, you're thinking, man, they can't hit the three that often, right? And Dowling's just a really good three-point shooting team, and they found their range. The second quarter, they started to face up against the pressure and attack it that way, and that put Pleasant Valley back on their heels a little bit.
Once again, our halftime score here at Wells Fargo Arena in the Class 5A quarterfinals. Dowling leading Pleasant Valley 34-23, along with Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale. Our studio producer is Brady Grimm. Appreciate Brady coming in this afternoon. And Brady, along our network stations, we'll take a 2-minute break. Let's take a 2-minute break. Give Scott and I a chance to total up our scoring and statistics. And we'll come back with our halftime here at Wells Fargo Arena. Again, the winners earlier today, Johnston defeated West Des Moines Valley 60-31. Johnston advances to the semifinals, the number one team in Class 5A. Waukee defeated Ankeny Centennial 46-44. Waukee winning their matchup for the third time this year. So it'll be Johnston and Waukee Friday morning at 10 o'clock for the first semifinal in Class 5A. And earlier this afternoon, Cedar Falls upset number 2 seed Davenport North 71-65. So Cedar Falls will take on the winner of our game, Dowling and Pleasant Valley. And again at halftime, it's Dowling leading 34-23 over Pleasant Valley. We'll return after this 2-minute break along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Throughout history, our Lord has shown us that He is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament. Experience these wonders for yourself as Iowa Catholic Radio presents the Vatican International Exhibition Eucharistic Miracles of the World at Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, now through February 29th. Learn more about how you can bring this beautiful panel display to your parish, school, or faith-based organization by calling 515-223-1150 or visit iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Have you heard that the church once prohibited Bible reading, or that the scriptures were kept in Latin so the people couldn't understand it? Some myths die hard, I guess. Yes, the church has taken a cautious approach to protect God's word from those who would mistranslate it or distort its meaning, especially when you consider that the majority of the world's population was and remains illiterate and uneducated. That being said, Catholic popes and bishops in every century have encouraged Catholics to learn and meditate upon God's written word. The Bible was in Latin, so it wasn't a dead language, but the universal educational language of the Western world. Anyone who was going to read the Bible would have been able to read it in Latin. And at a time when dialects changed within very short distances, it was important to have a standard language for the church. Still, the Catholic Church did allow translations of the Bible into the local languages. In fact, when Luther did his famous Bible translation into German, over 25 had already been done. The Catholic society of the Middle Ages was one deeply steeped in the Scriptures, as Henry Graham's great book, Where We Got the Bible, explains. Consider this, their greatest works of architecture were neither skyscrapers nor sports stadiums, but cathedrals built to the glory of God. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're at halftime here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Mark Hamadale alongside Scott Babinat here at the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament. The large schools tip it off. It's Class 5A. And the Dowling girls leading here at halftime by the score of 34-23 over the defending state champion Pleasant Valley Spartans. And Scott, we got our first half statistics, whether it be on the phone and the internet or through the paper side. So I'll let you take it away. I know you're going to trust the phone. And they don't update every so often.
I am embracing technology, Mark. It's amazing.
Love it.
My wife was texting me, you got to be working on your stats. I go, I have them right on my phone. So,
well, she could see from the video that down here on the live stream. But go ahead, Scott. Take a look at our stats.
All right. Pleasant Valley in the first half shot 8 for 25, 2 for 7 from the three-point range, 5 for 7 from the line. They have 9 rebounds. 4 of them are offensive. 1 turnover for the Maroons. They're 11 for 20 from the field, 7 of 13 from 3. They're 5 of 5 from the line with 17 rebounds, 4 of which are offensive, and 6 turnovers. So the rebounding is made up for the turnovers, it appears, and then the shooting has been tremendous tonight.
Well, for the Maroons, as far as scoring in the first half, Ava Zedeker, the junior, headed to Creighton, 21 points in this first half for the Maroons. She has 3 of those field goals are three-pointers. The other 3 are 2-point field goals, and she's a perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Again, Ava Zedeker leading the way for Dowling with 21 points at halftime, followed by Katie Muller with 6 points. Her sister, Ellie Muller, with 4 points. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, Kaylee Klein off the bench with 3 points. Ellie Olson, a starter for the Maroons, did not score, and neither did Macy Harnden, who came in off the bench for the Maroons. But Dowling won a perfect 5 for 5, Scott, at the free throw line, and that was something that I was talking to you about, I think, at our first quarter break. It's like the Maroons have yet to be at the free throw line, and Pleasant Valley went there 5 times. It was 3 for 5 at the line, and that's something that's got to change, because when you start settling for threes, right, which is fine, they're not going in, you need to figure out a way to get to the to score, and that's at the free throw line, and they did in that second quarter, did Dowling.
And the irony of that is 3 of the free throws where Zedeker got fouled on a three-pointer, and I think she got fouled on another one. They just let it go. They could get more inside with Muller if she's more aggressive. She's going up kind of soft. She's 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", and she's bringing the ball down to the shoulder level to go up, and instead of attacking strong, if she gets that going, and I don't mean to sound overly critical, it's just that she's got the long arms to go up and score inside.
Well, you're talking about just being aggressive every time, and
right.
I think, at times when you're that young and, you go through one of the toughest leagues, right, you would expect that. But here, bigger floor, great arena, the Wells Fargo Arena, and sometimes you lose track of that, and that's something she kind of gradually did well in the second quarter.
Yes. And for those of you who need to listen to Mark's interview, they distinguished the difference between Wells Fargo and Vets a little bit last time.
Yeah, they did on our Radio Faces interview on TV 13. Yeah, we did a little bit.
I'm giving you softballs.
I got a lot of memories across the street. Sometimes I accidentally bring the luggage over there. So, we're no longer here. But
that was such a great place. But
it was.
This is a good auditorium or place to have this event.
Totally understand why this was built, all that good stuff. But I'll give you another one. They shut down Wells Fargo Arena, no more state tournaments. They hosted a regional final there, doubleheader, that Dowling was a part of. Coach Wilkinson, I'll never forget this. John Wilkinson replaced Bob and Sharon Hansen. They had a regional final over there that Dowling was a part of. And Coach locked his keys in his car. And everybody left. Well, I was there packing up, and I was back at the old, I think we were in the press overhang is where they put us. I gave him a ride to Johnson. Now, I was living in the South Side then. I said, hey, I'll help you, Coach. Gave him a ride to Johnson, get his backup keys. Wife wasn't home. Drove back here and got it all fixed. So I do have some memories there. Most of them good.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at scoring for Pleasant Valley. We mentioned Dowling going 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Pleasant Valley went 5 of 7 in the first half at the free throw line. And the Spartans were led by the Drake commit, and that's Quinn Weiss. She had 6 points at halftime to lead Pleasant Valley. Jessie Clemens, another starter, with 5 points on 1 field goal, and she went 3 of 4 at the free throw line. And then 4 points for Reagan Pagliano for the Spartans. 3 points each for Andy Maurer and Kaylee Mullen. And then rounding out scoring, Isabella Kramer with 2 points for the Spartans, who went 3 of 5 at the free throw line in the first quarter, and then went 2 for 2 in the second quarter to finish at 5 for 7. So much better there. Free throw discrepancy, and not that you don't, when you foul, and I don't have any problems with that. It's just that you got to find ways to get to the free throw line. I think that's still part of the story for the second half, and it'll be interesting to see how these two teams adjust. We know the last time they played, Dowling held Pleasant Valley to 1 field goal in the fourth quarter in the game back in December at the Johnston tournament.
Yeah, and Dowling's defense picked up the second quarter, especially when Pleasant Valley called that 30-second timeout. Coach Meyer was already getting after Ellie Muller because she trailed on a play from the wing, and Weiss got to the free throw line. She wasn't too happy with that. But since then, the girls have picked up the intensity. They're talking through the screens at the top, and they may be able to draw some easy fouls there if they're fighting through the screens, because those screens are still low moving. One thing I'd say that Dowling has done really well, and I'm surprised that they haven't played off of Ellie Olson a little bit, but she is so comfortable at the free throw line distributing the ball against that zone. I think she needs to touch the ball every time down court, which is strange to say usually with someone who hasn't scored. But she's really moving the offense and changing how Pleasant Valley has to play and contracting that defense so kick out for wide open shots.
And quickly before we take our final timeout before the start of the second half, Scott, you look at the 2-3 zone that Pleasant Valley implores throughout the game, and sometimes they extend it beyond the three-point arc. Sometimes it's free throw line extended. Your thoughts on Dowling and attacking that the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they have to. What I was talking about earlier, the Dowling typically plays against man-to-man, so there's a lot of four-out offense, and they end up in the corners. They may have to lift a little bit into those gaps so that when they get the ball, they can attack the gap and then kick out from there, attack from the side angles, and maybe draw the middle defender and then seal on the inside, on the weak side, for some easy layups. That's there if they do that. And instead of just attacking, they're going to attack from the top, they got to go through Olson. But if they hit that wing, drive and look for that weak side seal.
All right, we're at halftime here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament here in downtown Des Moines, Iowa. Dowling Catholic a lead, 34-23 over the defending Class 5A champions, Pleasant Valley. We'll return with the second half after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, underway in the second half. Pleasant Valley with the ball first. In the lane, turnaround jumper up good by Quinn Weiss, who now has 8 points. And the Spartans with the first basket on the first possession, Scott Babinet.
Yeah, and they're doing it. They went inside to Weiss like I'd like to see the Maroons go into Ellie Moeller and her attack the same way.
Yep, big differences. Pleasant Valley playing the 2-3 zone. Dowling playing man-to-man. Now skip pass over here right in front of us to Tritton. Dribble drives in the baseline. Has the ball stolen away by Pleasant Valley and Quinn Weiss. And a foul in the backcourt. And if that's on Tritton, that's her third. And it is.
Yeah, that was one of those you don't want to, create one mistake and then follow it up with a different one. So that's her third. She's going to sit down.
So substitutions for Maroons. Tritton will check out, and Macy Herndon will check in. Herndon, 5'3" junior, averaging 4 points, 2.5 rebounds, has 24 made threes on the year, and Macy's going to have to play some extended minutes here in the third quarter. And now underneath, a shot in the lane no good by Pagliano, and she went right at Herndon and drew the foul.
Yeah, Coach Getz, it's clear she said we're getting the ball inside the second half. We're going to attack.
Yes, they did.
Gotten a 2-foot shot and now a drive for 2 free throws. And on that last play by Layla Tritton, I think she could have gone up. But, sometimes go up and challenge. Even if you get blocked, maybe you draw the foul on the body.
Pagliano's first free throw good. She now has 5 points this afternoon. Our score, Dowling 34. Pleasant Valley 26. The Maroons led at halftime, 34-23, but it's 3-0 run to start the third quarter by Pleasant Valley. Make it a 4-0 run. Free throw good by Pagliano, who has 6 points. And no full court pressure by Pleasant Valley to start the second half yet, Scott.
No, I think that they were finding openings to attack there. The Maroons were.
Now here is a reverse layup good by Zediker, and she didn't use the glass.
That was a sweet move. She just flipped that back over. But, we've noticed this year. I don't even think that's a lucky shot. Her court awareness is really good out here.
Zediker with 23 points to lead Dowling. The Maroons up 36-27 over Pleasant Valley. Now a whistle and a foul on the Maroons. And that'll be on Herndon, and that'll be her second.
That's kind of a weird one to get because the offensive player was driving angled out towards half court on that.
The Spartans will inbound the ball. Clemens gets it to Pagliano. Also in there, Addie Maurer, who has it top of the key. Quinn Weiss in there. Now a long three coming up and no good. Rebound Zediker as the three-pointer no good by Clemens. Ava dribbles right in front of us as we are located right in front of the Dowling bench. Underneath to Ellie Moeller. Great pass inside over the zone. Layup good by Ellie Moeller, who has 6 points.
Again, Olsen, she's handling that at the top.
Ellie Olsen, not the scorer, but she can distribute. And now Pleasant Valley works the ball inside to Isabella Kramer. Her shot up and good. Foul on Dowling. They'll get Ellie Olsen for the foul. That'll be her second. And Kramer with the basket is her 4th point.
Yeah, Dowling's rotation defensively when the ball changes sides is not as fast as they need it to be right now. Kind of getting sealed in there.
All right, Isabella Kramer, 6'3" sophomore. Free throw no good. And rebounded by Dowling and Olsen. 5 of 8 at the free throw line for Pleasant Valley. Check that, 7 of 10 for Pleasant Valley. Herndon for 3 right in front of us. No good from the left wing. And the rebound cleared out of there by Addie Maurer, the junior forward for Pleasant Valley. And now the Spartans in the front court. Here's Pagliano coming off a ball screen. It's cut off. Now looking for a backdoor cut. It's stolen away by Ellie Olsen. And we got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Pleasant Valley in the backcourt on Jesse Clemens.
Another good play by Ellie Olsen there, going to the floor to get the ball and kicking it to Muller before she got called for traveling.
Now substitution for the Maroons. Kaylee Klein, 5'11" freshman in the lineup, who had 3 points back in the first quarter for the Maroons off the bench. She replaces Macy Harnden. And the 2-3 zone now extended by Pleasant Valley above the three-point line. Now they try to lob it inside or bounce the pass inside, and it's stolen away by Pleasant Valley. And the Spartans now off the Dowling turnover. They try to get it into Olsen at the free throw line, deflected away.
Yeah, Ellie was still on the move. She wasn't able to get her post-up position where she's getting the easy pass in there.
Now in the lane, Pagliano kind of forces the issue, puts up an off-balance shot that hits the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound Dowling. And now here's Katie Muller with it, and she throws it away. She was hoping Kaylee Klein was there, so both teams with a turnover. 4:55 remaining, third quarter. Dowling 38, Pleasant Valley 29 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Embadale, Scott Babinat, and both teams now with empty possessions.
Yeah, that was a difficult possession there. That's 2 turnovers in a row for Muller, and just kind of being a little lax on those passes.
Now the Spartans post up Kramer on Ellie Olsen. That shot is blocked. Rebound Dowling the other way. Underneath Olsen. Kicks it out to Katie Muller for 3. Good! Katie Muller, corner 3 right in front of us. And that is her 9th point and her 3rd 3 of the afternoon. And Dowling up 41-29. Maroons by 12.
And that's Olsen's 5th assist.
And now whistling a foul. Pleasant Valley drawing the foul, and that'll be on Olsen. That'll be her 3rd foul. So Olsen and Tritton, 2 starters for the Maroons with 3 fouls each at the 4:21 mark of the third quarter, sending to the free throw line Reagan Pagliano.
Yeah, that's like we've been saying all day. She's been valuable without scoring tonight, so that 3rd foul could be very instrumental here in the third.
First free throw good by Pagliano, and boy, she's been on a roll. 5 straight free throws after missing her first this afternoon. That's the Dowling lead to 11, 41-30. 4:21 to go, third quarter. Glad you could join us. We preempt regular scheduled programming this afternoon on Iowa Catholic Radio to bring you girls state basketball. Second free throw good. Pagliano now with 8 points.
Pagliano's I know we cover the Maroons, but Pagliano's fun to watch there.
Now a steal by Pagliano. Pass got a little lazy by Zedeker, and now the run on the other end. Layup good by Clemens with her 7th point. All of a sudden, I hear the Pleasant Valley fans waking up behind us. It's an 8-point game, 41-33 Dowling, under 4 minutes to play, third quarter here at Wells Fargo Arena. We're in downtown Des Moines. Girls State basketball all week. Championship game in Class 5A is Friday night. And I think 3 other classes are crowned champions on Saturday afternoon and evening. 10 on the shot clock. Here is Klein for 3. It's no good. And rebound Pleasant Valley. Marr with the rebound. Outlet pass to Pagliano, and the Maroons have had a lid on the basket the last 3 possessions, Scott.
Yeah, that and the 3 turnovers, I believe, have been not very helpful to the effort.
Haley Aslin in the lineup for Pleasant Valley. They work underneath to Jesse Clemens. Shot off the glass good, and that's the 9th point for her. And a timeout called by Dowling. It'll be a 1-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:09 to go, third quarter. 41-35. Dowling's lead over Pleasant Valley is now 6. We'll return with girls state basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Okay, we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Girls State basketball coverage. Dowling Catholic leading Pleasant Valley 41-35, but the Maroons' 12-point lead here in the third quarter has been whittled in half down to 6 as the Spartans have made a run here, Scott Babinette.
Yeah, they have the combination of bad turnovers and ball handling and then terrible defense on the other end.
And Maroons going with 2 players with 3 fouls, Scott. Tritton and Olson. Long 3 by Zedeker, no good, missed everything, and the rebound out to Pleasant Valley. Haley Aslan with the rebound.
Yeah, they just need to be patient. That 35 seconds is a long time.
All right, in the front court, here's Aslan with it. Leaves it for Maurer, dribbles down the lane. Shot blocked by Katie Moeller and a rebound by Moeller and a foul on the Spartans. They'll whistle on Maurer, and that'll be her third, so she becomes the first Pleasant Valley Spartan to have 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's a much-needed stop there and a good defensive play. Katie let her have the space and then close the gap to block the shot.
Dowling with 5 team fouls already in the third quarter. Pleasant Valley with 2. So the Spartans on every Dowling foul will shoot 2 the rest of this quarter. Dowling with the ball. Here's Tritton with it. Again, Tritton and Olson playing with 3 fouls here in the third quarter. Here's Katie Moeller. Pass over to Zedeker. Ava dribbles baseline, tries to leave it for Olson. And the pass is deflected and picked up, and a timeout called by Pleasant Valley. Nicely done that time. Good hustle right in front of us by Haley Aslan, who's come off the bench. And this will be a 30-second timeout by Pleasant Valley. We'll keep it here. And we want to remind you that it's time now for our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. Congratulations to February's recipient, and that's Emma Hazel, who's right across from us on the Dowling Catholic girls basketball bench, for being a recognized witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. And you can hear Emma's interview with John Leonetti and Deacon Mark Campbell on the Catholic Morning Show by visiting Iowa Catholic Radio's podcast page. That would be on Friday, February 2nd at iowacatholicradio.com. Our thanks to our sponsor of the Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight, Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology in Clive, offering a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. And you can learn more at brightsideiiowa.com.
And Mark, they can queue up both those, your interview and hers, and it'll be done in less than an hour.
I would queue up Emma's, because hers is much better than mine. All right, out of the timeout, Pleasant Valley saving a possession. They get the ball inside to Kramer. Her shot up and no good, drew the foul. And let's see who they called on for the Maroons. And that'll be on Katie Moeller, her second of the afternoon. 41-35, Dowling by 6. Minute 56 remaining here in the third quarter, where Pleasant Valley has made a little run after trailing by as many as 13 points this afternoon. They've cut it to 6. And now free throws coming for the Spartans. And Isabella Kramer, she hits the first free throw, where she's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Tonight's game, this afternoon's game, we're twilight, right? We're not sundown yet. This afternoon's game.
We wouldn't know inside, would we?
We wouldn't. Second free throw by Kramer is good. I want to mention our supporters. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Bozen the Florist, Construction Professionals, and Klein Electric. Shout out to them for supporting our broadcast. 41-37, the Dowling lead is 4, as both free throws by Kramer is good. She has 6 points. Now the pass is Kaylee Klein in the lineup for the Maroons. She has the basketball left corner. Now to Zedeker at the free throw line. In the corner goes to Klein for 3. It's no good. Ball tipped out of bounds, and they will say Dowling basketball and a brand new shot clock, Scott, with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, much better possession. They got a good shot up from Klein there by running Zedeker to the high post with Olson out of the game. But they need to they do need to get good shots here instead of turnovers. They have 5 turnovers in this quarter alone.
Yeah, settling for threes, and that's great when they go down, but now they're back to, as far as Dowling, what happened in the first quarter, where they got in foul trouble and didn't go to the free throw line. Let's see if they can do it here. 2-3 zone employed by Pleasant Valley. That hasn't changed. Here's Katie Muller for three. Top of the key, in and out, no good. Ball slapped around, and Pleasant Valley with the rebound. Quinn Weiss with it. Gets it to Clemens. Now here is Weiss trailing on the play. Three-pointer up, no good. Ball slapped around. Good hustle that time by Haley Aslin, and the Spartans saved the possession. Here's Clemens backing in, kicks it back out to Bailey. Now here's Pagliano with it. Leaves it for Clemens. Now underneath, a shot up, and good by Clemens as she found a seam on the baseline, and she has 6 of her 11 points here in the second half. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game, 41-39. Dowling with 24 seconds to play in the third quarter. Shot clock turned off.
And they have shut down the offense for the Maroons this quarter. And the turnover's a big part of that.
All right, Zedeker gets it to Klein. Now to Harnden, who's in there. Now to Zedeker, who's double teamed. 2-3 zone being extended. Now reaching foul on Pagliano. And that'll be out of bounds right in front of us. So don't say anything bad about the officials or the other team, can we?
Me?
Pagliano with their second foul. Fouls to give for Pleasant Valley. Again, Dowling over the 5-foul limit here in the third quarter. Pleasant Valley with their third team foul. So they got one to give here before forcing Dowling. 3.7 seconds remaining. Olsen will throw it in right in front of me. To Zedeker. Ava trying to create space. Her three-pointer up, no good, but she drew the foul with 0.2 of a second remaining. She'll get 3 free throws. How about that?
Yeah, that could be a big momentum switcher there. But she just forced her way through there, and they were trying to double team her, and they got off balance defensively.
I think they got Pagliano with the foul, and that's her third.
She's on the bench.
Free throw up and good by Zedeker. She did this earlier in the second quarter. 24 points now by Ava Zedeker. Leads the Maroons. Second free throw up. In and out, no good. This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. And our thanks to BrightSideIowa.com, Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology. And the third free throw is attempted and good, so she goes 2 for 3. And Zedeker with 25 points. We've come to the end of the third quarter here at Wells Fargo Arena. The Girls State Basketball Tournament, Class 5A quarterfinals. Dowling leading Pleasant Valley 43-39. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. End of the third quarter, Dowling girls with a 43-39 lead over Pleasant Valley, who is the defending Class 5A champs. About ready to start the fourth quarter, and Scott Babman, you have a look at some numbers you can pass along to our listeners.
Pleasant Valley's 13 for 35 from the field, 2 for 9 from three-point land, 11 for 14 from the free throw line, 2 turnovers. They had 14 rebounds, 5 of which offensive for the game. Dowling 14 for 28, 8 for 19 from 3. 7 for 8 from the line, 23 rebounds, 5 of which are offensive. And the big number for them is 11 turnovers. They need to shut that down right there.
All right, Dowling with the basketball. The Maroon starters, Ava Zedeker, Katie Muller, Ellie Olsen, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller, the 5 starters that started the contest. Pleasant Valley in a 2-3 zone. Here's Olsen at the free throw line.
They're going box and one, Mark.
And I see that because they're following Ava Zedeker all over. They got a face guard on her. The long three up and no good. Fight for the rebound. Tritton comes away with it. Lisa for Zedeker. Ava with it. And now she brings it up top. Not a Tritton. Corner three up, no good, and a whistle and a loose ball foul.
There's a shot clock issue.
Or a shot clock issue. Oh.
Or clock issue, period.
Officials are going to talk it over. And again, there's no replay, even though we're under TV and state tournament has lots of cameras. But high school basketball, officials got to put everything together, and they've called an officials timeout. So we'll keep it here. This could last anywhere from 20 seconds to a couple minutes, and they're going to try to put everything back into their minds of what they saw before this all happened. Do you think it's a shot clock violation?
I don't think so. I thought it wasn't.
We've only played 7 seconds?
Yeah.
That's what's wrong. We have played more than 7 seconds. Our score, Dowling 43, Pleasant Valley 39 here in the fourth quarter.
Seconds.
I thought we played longer than that, but I could be wrong. Heard from one of the officials. Well, no, shot clock didn't reset.
Right.
Thanks to Garrett Wirtz, Chad Slagle, and Travis Berkey. I think that was Travis Berkey. And I still have connections with the officials on the basketball side, even though I'm on the softball side. But shot clock is going to be redone. And they came to a consensus, and they went over and told the official scorer and the coaches what they're going to reset it. And you watch, it'll get reset. And we appreciate that. 28 seconds now on the shot clock. Dowling possession. So we only did play 7 seconds. Or, I'm sorry.
37.
We had 35 in the shot clock. Yeah, that makes sense. So now it's down to 7. Appreciate that. And we start the fourth quarter. Did you get all your stats done before
I did,
that all
I
happened?
did.
All right.
Yes.
Dowling was Pleasant Valley 11 of 14 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Dowling 7 of 8. Pleasant Valley in that stingy 2-3 zone. They won the state tournament with it last year, and it's caused Dowling problems in that third quarter. And here's the Maroons with the basketball. Here's Muller with it. 10 on the shot clock. Katie with it. Skip pass over to Tritton. Layla looks inside. Can't get it to Katie. Muller 5 on the shot clock. Tritton with it. Long 3 up, no good, and out of bounds to Pleasant Valley. And the Maroons did not get a good execution there of their half-court offense.
They did not. I think they were planning if they were going to continue the box of one, and they went back to the 2-3 and kind of threw them out of that a little bit.
And Pleasant Valley, as you mentioned, in that 2-3 zone, but the box and one is on Dowling's Ava Zedeker.
Right.
Much like we're seeing Caitlin Clark have done to her at the college level in the last several games. All right, here's Pleasant Valley with the ball on the north end of Wells Fargo Arena as they go left to right in front of us. They lob it into Maurer. She backs in. Now leaves it for Weiss. Now over to Pagliano coming off a ball screen guarded by Tritton. They work it inside and a shot up, and they're going to call a jump ball. Oh, now the officials getting together. Traveling. They don't have jump ball. Traveling on Pleasant Valley, much to the disdain of Jennifer Getz, the Pleasant Valley coach, saying, hey, wouldn't that have been a jump ball?
Well, if they called a foul, I think Olsen thought it was a foul on her, which would have been her 4th, and she's calling for the travel, so that worked better for Dowling.
Yeah. 43-39. Our score, Dowling by 4. 6:05 to play. Maroons lob it inside, and it's tipped.
Oh, no.
It's tipped off of Pleasant Valley out of bounds.
They called it.
And it was tipped off Pleasant Valley.
Right. Olsen let it go, and they still gave it to Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, the official on the baseline was blocked out, but hey, we're gonna play on. 6 minutes to play, fourth quarter, 30 seconds left in the shot clock. Pleasant Valley with it, Pagliano in the front court. Top of the key, it goes to Maurer. Dowling stays man-to-man. 15 on the shot clock. Maurer fakes the 3. Now leaves it for Weiss. Weiss is Pleasant Valley's leading scorer. Now baseline Clemens. She goes up. Her shot no good. Too strong. Rebound Ellie Moeller and Dowling. One and done is Pleasant Valley, but they got it inside against the Maroons. Let's see if Dowling can do the same. Get it inside and stay playing on the perimeter.
Yeah, they're not looking inside right now. I mean, Ellie was just wide open there.
All right, here is Ellie Moeller you're talking about. Her shot blocked out of bounds and saved into Pagliano's hands right in front of us. And now the other way, Pleasant Valley goes with the basketball off the Dowling turnover as we approach the 5-minute mark. Dowling's lead at 4. They've been stuck on 43 for a while.
Ellie got a little deep there, but that's still a good attempt by her to go for a travel.
That's traveling on Kramer. She got in the lane and did that little bunny hop right before the shot and shuffled her feet. Didn't establish a pivot foot, and it'll be Dowling basketball with under 5 minutes to play.
If Dowling will be patient, they'll get that seal on the weak side if they get the ball to the high post. They just need to get the right pass there.
All right, here's Zediker with it, and a timeout called by Dowling, and Coach Meyer just imploring to her kids that, hey, you've got to seek the open gap and find an area, and this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:44 left to go, fourth quarter. Dowling leading 43-39 over the defending Class 5A champs, but the Maroons offensively have seen this Pleasant Valley defense take over a little bit.
They have. They're just rushing things a little too much, turning the ball over too much. This fourth quarter, we've gone 3 minutes and 16 seconds without a score, so by either team. So they just need to work to get the good offense. They have the right plan. They need to be patient, not worry, move the ball a little bit quicker so they get caught in those traps with the long arms of Pleasant Valley.
Well, Pleasant Valley outscored Dowling 16-9 in that third quarter, but Scott, we're about almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Nobody has scored. It's a 0-0 fourth quarter thus far.
Right. Now, if they hit this high post here, it'll be interesting to see if Muller can seal underneath.
All right, here's Zediker with it, coming off a ball screen by Olsen. Nothing there, so they pull it back out. Here's Tritton with it, right wing, three-point line extended. 10 on the shot clock for the Maroons. They call timeout in the middle of this possession. Here's Zediker, right corner on the baseline. Kicks it out to Katie Muller for three. It's good! Huge basket for Dowling, and it came up threes for Katie Muller, and that is her 12th point of the game.
Yeah, when you're Pleasant Valley playing such great defense, and I mean, that freshman is definitely not afraid to shoot.
And then underneath, a shot up and no good by Kramer. Rebound comes out to Katie Muller and Dowling. Here's Tritton dribbling in the front court. Let's see if they continue the box and one, Scott, on Zediker, who has the ball now between the circles. The Maroons are going to wind this shot clock down each possession. 3:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 7. Get it out to Katie Muller. Same spot for three. Hits the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound cleared out of there by Pleasant Valley and Isabella Kramer. Spartans the other way with Pagliano. Now a long three coming up, no good, off the back iron by Quinn Weiss. Offensive rebound. Maurer tries to get it back to Weiss underneath, stolen away by Ellie Muller. Wow.
Yeah, they're not in the, they're back in the 2-3 zone right now and letting Ava go through the zone. Dowling just needs to move it back to her once she gives it up.
He's playing catch on the perimeter. Ellie Olsen on the right corner. Now kicks it out to Muller. Right wing, three-point line extended. Now to Tritton between the circles. Here comes Zediker, right wing, right in front of the Dowling bench. Dribbles in the lane, and the ball stolen away by Pagliano. Reagan Pagliano with the steal all the way down, guarded by Muller. Layup good. Head fake and a shot by Pagliano on a timeout. On the floor, this will be a full timeout. Pagliano with her 10th point, and we'll take a 1-minute break with 2:53 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 46-41, Dowling Catholic leading the defending Class 5A champions, and we'll return after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, honey, did you get the takeout from the fish fry?
Fish and chips.
Oh, you got anything to go with the chips?
Chips and dip.
Oh, what's this other sauce for?
Dip the fish.
Iowa Catholic Radio knows that some of the best fish fries in the heartland happen right here in our listening area. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to add your fish fry to our fish fry finder. Check out the other fish fries happening across the listening area at iowacatholicradio.com.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Kind of an exciting afternoon. Dowling hanging on to a 5-point lead, 46-41, 2:50 remaining. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinett on the ice. Well, the padding covers the ice. Feet are frozen, but I'll tell you what, girls are playing hard. Hard to believe we've only had 2 field goals here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with a 3-pointer by Muller, and Pagliano with a steal and basket. 3-2 Dowling here in the fourth quarter. Now long three, Katie Muller, good from almost the same spot, and she has 15 points.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a one person right now, one of the 2 people you do not want to leave open against your zone.
Well, Coach Meyer has moved some folks around. They moved. They got Zedeker on the baseline. They put Muller up there, and Katie can hit the 3. And now underneath, Pagliano shot up and good. And Reagan Pagliano has both field goals for Pleasant Valley here in the fourth quarter. She has 12 points in the contest, the 5'7" junior.
So 6-4 Katie versus Reagan.
Correct. And that's the only 2 players that have scored. Katie Muller for Dowling with 6 points, and Reagan Pagliano for Pleasant Valley with 4 points. Now whistling a foul right in front of the Dowling bench, and it might be on Pagliano. We'll see. No, it's not.
I'd like to see the Maroons be stronger with the ball and face up a little bit rather than back to the basket out on the wing. And they could attack this and get some more fouls.
Andy Maurer with her 4th point. Maroons get a brand new shot clock. Katie Muller again for 3. It's no good. From the left baseline, rebound Clemens and Pleasant Valley. Clemens has had quite an afternoon too. And now Clemens underneath, and Zedeker went for the steal, and Clemens with the basket. And it's 49-45. Dowling's lead is now 4, minute and a half to go.
The problem for Pleasant Valley here is if they don't convert, they're going to have to foul, and they still have 4 fouls to get before Dowling gets to the bonus.
Dowling has no fouls, and now a bad pass again by Katie Muller into the hands of Pagliano. So another steal by the Spartans. Pagliano in the lane, shot blocked by Tritton, rebounded by Pleasant Valley. They keep possession. 20 on the shot clock. Corner 3, no good, missed everything. Rebound Dowling, and Tritton with the rebound. They foul Zedeker in the backcourt, does Pagliano, and that'll be her 3rd. But the second team foul on the Spartans, so they've got 3 more before Dowling's in the bonus. And we'll keep it here. Timeout on the floor by Pleasant Valley. Dowling leading 49-45, Scott, with 51.7 seconds remaining. It'll be Dowling basketball. It'll be a dead ball, and the Maroons will have to inbound 94 feet away.
They will, and what they need to be is strong to the ball. Pleasant Valley's telling their girls, you go strong to the ball, steal, trap foul, or trap steal foul. They've got a foul. They can't afford to let Dowling run this clock down. They don't have enough time. So Dowling's got to be strong with the ball, get the ball to Zedeker, let her handle things, and open up for her if they go to trap her.
This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Blessman International, and Fast Science. And our thanks to Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology in Clive. Appreciate their support. This is our 47th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic sports, football, basketball. I remember the first state championship back when both Muller's mom, Julia, played for Dowling and Bob and Sharon Hansen back in the 90s, and that was sweet. And I'll tell you what, there's been 5, and they're working on 6 right now.
Yeah, I mean, we thought this would be a tough game coming in, so they just need to finish.
All right, Dowling inbounds the ball. Length of the court they have to go. 50 seconds remain. Dowling inbounds the ball. Tritton to Muller. Down court to Katie Muller. She'll bring it out to Zediker, and now she's fouled.
Smart play. Didn't force it there.
Either Muller could have scored, and they brought it back out and drew the foul. That'll be the third team foul on Pleasant Valley. And Tritton's going to move my papers before she inbounds the ball. Now she gets it into Zediker, and boy, almost took her legs out from under her. And we got a whistle and a foul in the back court on Pagnano, who I thought fouled anyway.
Clemens, was it Clemens?
Is it Jesse Clemens? That'll be her second if it is. Check that, her third. Third foul on Clemens. Pagnano has 3.
Now you definitely want to get the ball to Zediker here.
Now, 14 foul on Pleasant Valley. Any Pleasant Valley foul will put Dowling at the free throw line. Olsen inbounds the ball. Gets to Katie Muller. Now to Zediker. And she's going to dribble in the back court. Now they got to get it across the timeline. A whistle and a foul on Pagnano. Or check that, on Clemens. That'll be her fourth. And Zediker will go to the free throw line. Ava, an 82% free throw shooter on the year. And she'll get 2 here. And 31 seconds remaining. Dowling by 4. So a 2-possession game. But the Maroons trying to ice this away at the free throw line here, Scott Babinet.
Yeah, and the Maroons need to realize, hit these free throws, pressure up just a little bit so they can't roll the ball at the court, make them use time, have solid defensive possessions, get rebounds, get the ball to Zediker, probably Katie Muller. Tritton can hit free throws.
Zediker with 26 points this afternoon. She's been held to 1 field goal here in the second half, and that was back in the third quarter. Second free throw good. And Ava, 7 out of 8 at the free throw line. Maroons lead by 6, 51-45. Corner 3 up, good. In the corner by Reagan Pagnano. That's her first 3 of the afternoon. She has 15 points. And the Spartans will stop the clock with 22 seconds remaining. 51-48, and we'll keep it here with Dowling leading by 3. Again, the winner of this game will play on Thursday morning, and they'll take on 7th seed Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls upset number 2 seed Davenport North 71-65 in the game before us. So the Dowling Pleasant Valley winner will play Cedar Falls in one semifinal on Thursday. The other semifinal has Johnston and Waukee playing for the third time. 2 teams out of the CIML, who, by the way, have 5 teams in this 5A tournament. 5 out of the 8 teams are CIML teams. Johnston earlier today defeated West Des Moines Valley 60-31. Johnston 24-0, and they'll take on a Waukee team that's 19-4 and got by Ankeny Centennial 46-44 for their third win over Centennial this year. Congratulations to Waukee Warriors.
Yeah, they put that seeding so that the CIML knocked each other off in that top bracket, right?
The top bracket.
Conspiracy there.
Well,
no,
sure.
I'm totally kidding.
Pleasant Valley, Cedar Falls, Davenport North in the bottom bracket with Dowling Catholic.
Right. So Dowling versus Eastern Iowa, right?
Well, somebody's got to do it. All right, Maroons inbound the ball. 20 seconds remaining. Quick foul on Pleasant Valley, and I think they'll call this on Vice.
I think they called timeout.
They did.
No, Dowling did.
They did. So we'll keep it here with 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 3, a 1-possession game. And every possession is going to come down, make a big impact on this stretch. Right now, we want to thank Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Bozen the Florist, and Klein Electric for supporting our broadcast all season long here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. And Scott, always want to thank you and Jimmy Cataldo. I had Mike Burkert on a few times, and I believe Mike Swain helping me out. It's a long season. I think we did 16 or 17 double headers, and then you go into the postseason. There's a lot of games, and not everybody's available, mainly me. It's when my voice goes, and I got to say, hey. But we made it through.
And you had Coach Sarcone, too.
Oh,
right?
That's right. Stevie Sarcone helped me out at Norwalk. very memorable night, getting the Maroons win there.
I think the Maroons need to loop Ava to the ball. Maybe she set a screen and she could open up to the ball, but they need to stay out of that corner.
All right, out of the timeout, Dowling basketball. Shot clock turned off, 20 seconds remaining, and the Maroons inbound the ball, and they got to go to the length of the floor, trying to hang on to a 3-point lead. They lob it into to Muller, and the ball goes out of bounds, and this will be
Dowling ball, I believe.
Dowling's basketball, okay. So Olsen will throw it in front of the Pleasant Valley bench. So the Maroons got three-quarters of court to go here, Scott.
So
now they get it into Zedeker. Ava, dribble in the backcourt. Nearly lost it. Did lose it. And now stolen away by Tritton as the ball went deflected off a couple Dowling players after Pleasant Valley had it momentarily underneath their own basket. And 7.8 seconds remaining. Free throws coming. And here comes Zedeker limping to the free throw line because she was, she's used to playing football with her younger brother, but
she's taken a few knocks this year too.
But that's on grass. This is on the hardwood. And Ava will go to the free throw line. Dowling by 3. 7.8 seconds remaining. Right in front of us. Here's Ava Zedeker. First free throw, good. 27 points this afternoon for Zedeker. She'll have one more. Dowling by 4.
It's always easier to see things from here. I think, though, one of the easiest ways to get open for the person you want to get the ball is for them to set the screen, then open up to the ball.
All right, Zedeker makes a second free throw. 4 seconds remaining. Pagliano for 3, it's no good. Zedeker with the rebound, and Pleasant Valley will concede, and the Maroons win it 53-48 to defeat the defending state champion Pleasant Valley Spartans for the second time this year. The Maroons beat them at the Johnston Holiday Tournament 43-36, and this afternoon Dowling a winner 53-48. Congratulations to Dowling Catholic. They will take on Cedar Falls in one semifinal on Thursday morning, and the other semifinal, Johnston and Waukee, will meet for the third time. How about that, Scott Babinet?
Yeah, this is an incredible game, and what we saw from Cedar Falls today, if Dowling turns the ball over that much, they're going to be in trouble. But take the win today, learn from it, and get ready for Thursday is what you want to see out of the Maroons.
Dowling was led by Ava Zedeker's 28 points, followed by Katie Muller with 15 points. Layla Tritton did not score for the Maroons this afternoon. Kaylee Klein off the bench with 3 points. Ellie Muller, 6 points for the Maroons. And Macy Harnden did not score, so some quick scoring there. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back as they're doing postseason or the post-game festivities. Dowling will send out Ava Zedeker to put the Dowling name on the bracket. That's a tradition here at the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament. And Ava's got the Dowling sticker, and she'll put it on there. And when she does, it'll show Dowling taking on Cedar Falls Friday morning. We'll have the game on Iowa Catholic Radio. 11:30 pregame, 11:45 tip-off here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Again, the final this afternoon, Dowling Catholic 53, Pleasant Valley 48. The Spartans end their season with a record of 19-5. Dowling improves its record to 20-4, and the Maroons will play in the semifinals in Class 5A on Friday. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with post-game activity from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Contributions to CTO help pave the way for students to experience opportunity, greater knowledge, self-esteem, and success through Catholic education. CTO awards at least 90% of all annual revenue to eligible families. Applications for tuition assistance are being accepted now through April 15th. Learn more about how the Catholic Tuition Organization is a great investment in kids and their futures at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line is it's for the kids and their futures.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Our Lord warns us repeatedly about the dangers of riches. Scripture tells the story of the rich young man that was unable to respond to Jesus' invitation to follow him due to his many possessions. And then there is Jesus' statement that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. To which his disciples reply, "Who then can be saved?" As people living amid great material prosperity, we must be especially vigilant not to be subtly seduced by greed or materialism with their false promises of contentment with each shiny new purchase. To combat these temptations, we are called to strive for gospel poverty and simplicity, not fill our lives with clutter and excess possessions. Malachi 3 reminds us not to skimp when it comes to our tithing, but to offer God our first fruits, not our leftovers. Tobit shows us that almsgiving, properly done, is not merely a good deed, but a sacrificial offering to the Lord. And St. Paul instructs us that when we give, it must be done with a generous and cheerful heart, not grudgingly. Let us aim to acquire true riches, where moth and rust cannot consume, thieves cannot steal, and the latest upgrade is never needed. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena here in downtown Des Moines. The Class 4A, or Class 5A quarterfinals are now over. And the winners this afternoon and this morning, Johnston and Waukee, they'll face off on Thursday at 10 a.m. in one semifinal, and it's Cedar Falls and Dowling Catholic. The Maroons a winner 53-48 over defending champs Pleasant Valley Spartans, and it'll be Dowling and Cedar Falls 11:45 on Thursday morning in the semis. So we're all set in Class 5A. What a game it was, Scott. I mean, we had no scoring in that almost halfway through the fourth quarter before it became Katie Muller versus Reagan Pagliano, and then we had some scoring in the final 4 minutes. But what a run by the Maroons. It wasn't pretty, but defensively, not a bad job, and they had some great hustle out there, and Dowling punches their ticket to the semis once again.
Yeah, I think the big play actually came before we got to the fourth when Zediker drew that foul. It got 3 free throws and hit 2 of them to end the third. That gave some confidence back to Dowling. They came out and their defense picked up a little bit again, just like it did in the second quarter. And, then Katie Muller, who's not afraid to shoot, just hit 2 deep threes and gave some separation. Pleasant Valley came back, and, I mean, they were a well above average opponent, very worthy here. And then, the 2 great games between these teams, you have 10 of these games that'd be all that close, I believe. So they're just evenly matched, and I think the way they play defense is such that it gives Dowling more problems. They did change angles of attack, but they got a little loose with the ball, and a lot of turnovers happened. 16 to be exact for the game, and that's about. I mean, the way Dowling likes to play, you could probably give up 9 or 10, but 16 is way above what you would expect from them, and they're a good ball handling team. It just got away from them there.
Well, you're exactly right, Scott. I mean, you're playing a team that's been tested. They run their stuff, especially their defense. I'm very impressed with that and how that 2-3 zone morphed into a box of 1 when they were trying to try to get after Zediker and keep her in control. Well, Dowling flipped that. They put Zediker on the baseline offensively, and they put Katie Muller at top. And Katie's the one that had the shots, the 2 shots they needed in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, Dowling's done a great job of adjusting angles or putting people in different places to give them opportunities to get open shots. And the attention that Zediker does draw, and I'm sure she'll draw that on Thursday as well, is going to open up for others. They've just got to hit the shots. And today I felt like the inside game was a little hesitant. Usually Dowling goes and tries to finish, and I still think you don't lose that philosophy. You get 1 or 2 blocked, then maybe look for somebody. But if they know you're going to go and you're not going to attack, they can kind of back off, and you don't have the tee up as Coach Marr likes to have from the weak side post, teeing up in the middle of the lane for a nice, easy shot. So you've got to go to attack. Get your shot blocked once or twice before you just concede the ground, so to speak. And you probably get some free throws at least half the time because of body contact.
You're listening to the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio following Dowling's win over defending champion Pleasant Valley by the score of 53-48. So the Maroons improve their record to 20 wins and 4 losses on the year, while Pleasant Valley closes out their season with a record of 19 wins and 5 losses. Pleasant Valley, the defending champs, they knocked off Johnston in the championship game a year ago. And, of course, Johnston winner in game 1 today. They're the number 1 seed. They're undefeated as they make their way through the tournament. They're 24-0. Waukee is 19-4 with the win today over Ankeny Centennial. So Johnston and Waukee will meet for the 3rd time. And that series between the two schools was tied at 13 going into Friday or Thursday morning's game. But Waukee, or rather Johnston, has won 6 in a row. So, and then Dowling will take on Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls defeated Davenport North 71-65. Cedar Falls record 23-1, and they knock off a number 2 seed in Davenport North, who was out without one of their Division I starters, who's been out for 7 games now with that ACL injury, and I think she's had her surgery was today. So Dowling and Cedar Falls, Waukee and Johnston. That's what's left in 5A. And Scott, let's run through our stats before we start getting players in. Layla Tritton and Audrey Faber heading over here. Let's get the stats in for our listeners.
Yeah, for Pleasant Valley, they ended the game 17 for 45, 3 for 13 from three-point range, 11 for 14 from the free throw line, 19 rebounds, 7 of which are offensive, 6 turnovers. For the Maroons, they were 16 for 35. 10 for 25 from three-point line, 11 for 12 from the free throw line, 29 rebounds, 7 of which were offensive. 16 turnovers was the big blot on the stats tonight that kept the game closer than maybe you'd like to have it, but Dowling prevailed in the end. And we're trying to get everybody hooked up.
I'll put Coach Faber on this. We put Layla on the other headset. And you went through the stats.
I did.
Let me go through scoring real quick. Pleasant Valley led by Jesse Clemens, 16 points. Reagan Paganano with 12 points. 8 points for Quinn Weiss, 6 points for Isabella Kramer, and 3 points for Andy Maurer. The Spartans were 11 of 14 at the free throw line for the contest. For Dowling Catholic, Dowling was led by Ava Zedeker's 28 points. The Maroons went 11 of 12 at the free throw line in the contest. She was followed by Katie Muller's 15 points. 6 points for Ellie Muller. Kaylee Klein off the bench with 3 points. Macy Harnden, Layla Tritton didn't score, but did a lot as the Maroons outscored the Spartans 10-9 in the 4th quarter. And Scott Babinett, Layla Tritton joins us along with, you remember this coach over here before?
I do. The offensive coach, right?
Oh, yeah, the offensive coach.
I don't know if I want to take that title now.
Free throw coach, 11 to 12. Audrey Faber, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
What a game. Typical state tournament game.
Yeah.
Comes down to possessions, one possession.
Yeah.
What the heck was going on in the backcourt? We're trying to inbound the ball, and everybody's fouling everybody.
I know. Honestly, I didn't see that because Joel was in my way, so I can't comment on that one.
I looked over, and Coach Wilson, I think he's found a new running back for his football team with Ava Zedeker, huh?
Yeah. Couple falls, got back up. I didn't see it, so I don't know. But, it's a very good game, physical game. Obviously, it's going to be a test down here in Pleasant Valley. They did a really good job, but we found a way.
You did. And talk about this Pleasant Valley team playing them for the 3rd time in a year.
Yeah.
2nd time this season. Mm-hmm. But their 2-3 zone, boy, they like to extend it all the way up. And if you let it give you problems, it will.
Yep.
But the kids figured it out, and you guys, the coaching staff, figured it out in the second half.
Yeah, we made a few adjustments to just some of our zone sets this past week. And, with their length, it makes it really tough. Like you said, they extend, but then they also have some really tall girls at the middle that just make passes tough. But our girls, luckily we had seen it before, right? I think that was in our favor. We had seen it last year and then saw it again earlier this year. So finding gaps and just finding a way to get shots, and we're lucky to come away with a win, but we'll take it.
Absolutely. How about this gal here, Layla Tritton?
Yeah.
They didn't ask you to go to the TV room?
That's okay. I like this. I like hanging out with you guys.
You'd rather do radio. Well, we love having you, Layla. Talk about playing in this environment. A year ago, losing the semifinals against this Pleasant Valley team. this afternoon you take them out in the first round, but it wasn't easy, and you knew that was coming in. Talk about the experience and being back down here.
I mean, it feels good. Obviously, we work hard all season. Every game's a challenge. I mean, we have one of the toughest schedules in the state, so like every game gets us better, and this is kind of what we've been preparing for this week. And coming in, having played Pleasant Valley before this year, we knew what to expect, like Audrey was saying. And they can't take away everything. They can't take away everything. Is kind of what we've been focusing on at practice. So I thought we did a pretty good job executing it here.
Well, you did. It got close,
yeah.
and you were down a little bit in that first quarter, but you dug in and you came away with the lead because it was 7-0 when Scott and I were just blinking. It's like, oh no, not last year all over again. But you dug out of the hole.
Yes.
Talk about halftime. What was said at halftime? What adjustments? That 2-3 zone, as Coach Faber mentioned, not the easiest to execute offensively, but talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so like Coach was saying again, we put in a few different plays to run to help us with the zone, and towards halftime they started figuring that out. So at halftime we talked about how, okay, so now we're going to do the opposite of what we were working on. So if we're looking for the left corner, this time look for the right because they were taking away the left since they know what we're going to do.
Scott?
So, Layla, talk about how physical it was in there today. I know you were inside and you took a shot to the head down on this end, I believe, and it looked like you staggered for a second, like more ticked off than anything, more determined, but it was physical. So from a player's perspective, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a really aggressive, big team. I mean, they're going for rebounds hard, and we've been working on going for rebounds, so when everybody's kind of going at the same time, it can get a little physical, but I thought we did a pretty good job being strong, especially at the end. Ava keeping the ball, or us being able to pass it to the open person before they could come trap us.
Yeah, and I think you out-rebounded them by 10, which if you'd asked me before the game, I might have been surprised that would happen.
Yeah.
The flip side is you had 10 more turnovers, so you had to have that to balance it. One thing I was going to talk about is your teammate Ellie Olsen. Man, she was very good at the free throw line, running the offense through her, especially in the first half. She had 5 assists, 6 for the game.
Yes.
So talk about her input. She does a lot of little things people don't know.
Oh yeah, she kind of does, I feel like, the dirty work. I mean, we've talked a lot about, again, at practice, getting it to the high post. We got to get it there for a look down for Ellie, obviously a post or an open shooter, and Oli being there allows us to do that. They come out, close on her, and she gets somebody else open.
You're listening to the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We're on the floor at Wells Fargo Arena, across from Vets Auditorium. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinat, along with assistant coach Miss Audrey Faber and Layla Tritton, junior tri-captain on the visiting with us following Dowling's 53-48 win over Pleasant Valley. Coach Faber, you take on a Cedar Falls team who I think we saw a couple years ago in a regular season game up there, if I remember right. They played Cedar Falls, but nonetheless, they did upset number 2 seed Davenport North. So that being said, you're going against a 2-3 zone here all afternoon, no matter if you liked it or not, with a little boxing one on Zedeker. What are we going to see against Cedar Falls based on what you know?
Based on what I know, we're going to see man. We're going to see switching man. So switch gears the next few days at practice, fine-tune some of our man offensive sets and just our movements and, find ways to score and find openings kind of like we did today.
Layla, I got to ask you, I walked in on practice unannounced on Saturday. I was picking up my daughter from track practice, and I heard you were practicing. So I walk in there and I says, they're not practicing on a big floor like Grandview or Drake. They're on the small. Here's Faber playing defense in the middle. Was it helpful or not, Layla?
Pleasant Valley's got some tall girls, and Meyer said, Audrey, get in there, and Audrey said, okay.
I love it.
I didn't do much.
Well, you had your hands up, and that's enough against the length of Pleasant Valley, but that was awesome. I'm watching Faber out there again. That's back to the Bob and Sharon days.
I know.
And doing all that and all that stuff. Well, what do you think, kiddo? This is pretty cool to be back down here.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep it going.
You don't have any class Friday or Thursday morning, do you?
Oh,
no classes Thursday morning. Okay.
Not now.
Not now. Well, I saw the staff over there, Mr. Michelow, Mr. Mandering, Mr. Wilson, and others but you're back down here. You're playing the semifinals, and if things work out, Friday night, 5A championship.
Yep.
But one game at a time. I know how that works.
Yeah.
Fabes, you've been here before.
Yeah.
You know what it's about.
Yeah.
What's the preparation between now and Thursday morning before your next game?
Yeah, obviously, like we talked about, we're going to have to kind of change our mindset a little bit from the zone we've been working against for a week or so. But, I mean, this is where we were last year, right? And we went home after this next game. And I think, with the veteran crew we have, they really want it this year. And so we're excited to hopefully get to Friday, but we know we're going to see a good Cedar Falls team and just try and prepare these next 2 days to hopefully play in 2 games.
Scott Babin, anything you want to address with these ladies before we let them go?
You know what? You do have a veteran crew, but you also have a couple young kids coming off that bench that are not afraid to shoot, are they?
Nope.
I mean, where's that confidence? I mean, I know you guys shoot a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was on staff with Coach Shannon, I go, boy, we shoot a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it pays off, but we're even questioning why didn't we shoot more when we were head coaches with our teams?
Yeah.
But they have such confidence, and you moved Katie to the top there, kind of adjusted that. And, I mean, she didn't hesitate tonight. I'm sure you see it all the time, but how have you built that in those girls, or did they just always have that confidence?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it goes back to our veteran crew, right? They've kind of taken them under their wing, and they've made it easy for those two, I would say. And both of those two just have confidence in their shot. They've put in work, and they deserve to have that confidence. And as coaches, especially against a zone, you just want to push confidence to your shooters, right? You know you're going to get looks, and Katie, I think Kaylee hit one too, right? So,
yes, she did.
And I think at this time of the year, I think we've said it to them multiple times, you're not freshmen anymore, they've been through a lot, practices and games, so they're experienced and they know what they're doing out there.
Yeah, and the gal sitting next to me, Miss Tritton.
Yeah. I know.
Can you tell her to shoot like you?
Layla, what did I say on the walk?
I will shoot.
She had one attempt tonight.
Yeah.
With Ellie Olson had none. So between them, they had one attempt. Have you ever seen it? Who doesn't want to shoot?
I don't know.
Come on.
I for sure do not know.
Thank you. There's not one favor that did not want to shoot Layla Tritton. Okay. So.
Well, she did have she was forced to shoot the Clark three.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't make
Blame
it.
your teammates. That's not on you.
Yeah. No, they got you guys pushed out a little bit, but the effort overall I felt was great tonight. Mm-hmm. You got some stops when you needed. Everybody stepped up. I mean, Layla didn't score, but you could see the tenacity she plays with on defense.
For sure.
And the talking got better, and I just feel like your team is poised for a run. I feel like in the years I was texting Coach Meyer, this team has adjusted and bought in better than the previous 7 she's had as a whole, which I think speaks to the leadership on this team.
For sure. Obviously, we have very good leaders, and just I think it helps when they've played a lot on the floor together, right? And they've seen a lot, right? They've seen different zones. They've seen different mans. We've been in intense games. So they've just seen a lot, and we usually just find a way, honestly. I think that's the biggest thing with these 4, and then obviously Kaylee and Macy and Katie joining into that crew is, we talk a lot about grit and toughness and just finding a way, and, that's what the girls do.
All right, we're listening to the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio following Dowling's win 53-48 over Pleasant Valley in the first round of the girls' Class 5A state tournament. Layla Tritton, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you want to say hi to out there that might be listening in their cars or wherever they're at, and maybe not even here at the auditorium, but
I'll say hi to both my grandparents. One's from Remsen and one's from Decorah. Actually, I think they're here, but I'm not sure.
St. Mary's. You don't even know.
My grandma from Remsen's here, but my other grandparents are coming from Alabama, I think.
You got to do a better job of finding out who's here, because I guarantee you, this Faber gal, she's got family all over on both sides, parents, and she knows who's
No, they're here. They're here.
Okay.
I'm going to bank.
Decorah and Remsen St. Mary's.
Yep.
Can't get any better than that. Yeah. Fabes, anybody you want to give out a shout out to? Maybe somebody along I-80?
Yeah, I think my parents might be headed back. I don't know if they waited for me or not. So if my parents are on their way back to Omaha, hello. Thank you for coming. And then maybe my grandparents are listening. I don't know. Grandma was excited for the game today, so I don't know if they're listening or watching, but those are my shout-outs.
Thanks for stopping by, and you got their shout-outs. Audrey Faber, thanks for all you do. Great preparation in the next couple days, and we'll be here Thursday morning with you. Layla Tritton, that stat sheet, I want to see more attempts. I want to see shots. This gal was never afraid to shoot, and she's coaching you every day. Shoot the ball when you can.
Okay.
But you're fine. And congratulations on the win. Looking forward to Thursday morning. All right, we're going to take our final break and come back to Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. Dowling 53, Pleasant Valley 48. They move to the semifinals. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
He once lit a demon's pants on fire. He tried visiting a haunted house, but when he stepped in, it was no longer haunted. When he utters the holy name, anything unholy around him backfires badly.
Some think I can do these things simply by praying.
But even the holiest man in the world,
seriously, people,
knows where the power is.
I don't always fast, but when I do, it's dynamite.
Make fasting a regular part of your spiritual routine.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com. KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Postgame show continues following Dowling's win over Pleasant Valley, 53-48. The Maroons knock off the defending Class 5A champs here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament in downtown Des Moines. As we're on the ice, I can feel my feet getting number and number as the temperature in the auditorium is fine. It's just where our feet are on. They put these pads down over the ice, the Iowa Wild, the semi-pro or the Professional Hockey League team. They're one step away from the Minnesota Wild, but they play here, and the ice stays down when they put it down in the fall. You can feel it sometimes, but hey, Scott, what an afternoon it was. The Maroons punched their ticket to the semifinals. That's where it ended last year for the Maroons. This year, a different opponent. They knocked off the defending champs, and now they take on Cedar Falls. As you heard from Coach Faber, we appreciate the Dowling assistant coach joining us, along with Layla Tritton. It's a different matchup. Instead of zone, it's matchup and switching is what they're going to encounter.
Yeah, they will, and it'll be, they have two great scorers in Knudsen and Finley. And they will be a great opponent. They like to run and get on go. That was a high-scoring game before ours. And so Dowling's have to keep up. And, again, Zedeker had a great game today as far as the points. And she's going to need some help, someone besides Katie Moeller. But I think they'll get that. I think they'll be smoother in their offense. The one thing I do think Dowling does really well, you think about it, their defense stymied Dowling's offense, but vice versa. Dowling's defense stymied their offense as well, and I think they will do a good job on Thursday as well.
Yeah, much different than a year ago with a very young Dowling team, but had a couple seniors in the starting lineup, but it was maybe too much inexperience a year ago against Pleasant Valley, and you can see what they did. They went all the way to the state title and didn't look back. Well, Maroons took care of that today, so it'll be Dowling and Cedar Falls. We'll be on the air 11:30. Breakfast here at Wells Fargo Arena Thursday morning with the 5A championship game slated for Friday night at 6 o'clock, right in the middle of my fish fries on Friday. So
there you go.
I got to table that, but hopefully that'll be a more of a problem than any. But Scott, appreciate you stopping by today. Appreciate all your perspective throughout the year, along with all the folks that make up our broadcast throughout the season. Long season. You're doing almost 18 girl-boy doubleheaders, and then you look at all the postseason. Boys go their way, the girls. You're talking about over 40 games that we're putting on the air during a given winter.
Yeah, and hopefully the listeners enjoy the broadcast, and hopefully I'm not too repetitive at times, but I do know that there's certain themes and concepts that Dowling likes to do, and so it is necessary to remind the viewers of what they should be seeing or hearing about. And so, especially when they're not doing it, you hear Coach Meyer going, this is what we're doing. I didn't say lane touches today, but they got plenty. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, once. I think it was during the timeout. Yeah. But that's okay, because you can learn a lot by tuning in and getting your perspective. Not so much with my boys broadcast partner, Rich Cataldo. I got nothing but they're going to run the trap. They're running a stick route on I get football terminology, but out of you, I get basketball. I love it, Scott. And thanks for your perspective and all you do.
Well, thank you for having me. It is enjoyable to work with you. And again, listeners, go find that interview of Mark's. You'll enjoy it.
WHO TV, TV, I don't know what it is. Like
on
that.
demand.
Yeah, on demand. That's had a nice conversation with them last week. So, well, Scott, that'll wrap it up. We'll see you Thursday morning for the 5A semifinal. And the winner of Dowling Cedar Falls, when they tip off, they will know who the opponent would be.
They will.
Either Johnson or Waukee. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
The basketball guy was listening. I didn't think he was. Yeah, Jimmy Cataldo did a great job this year. We talked a lot of basketball. I got that all covered. Yeah. All right, Scott, thank you. That'll wrap up our broadcast here from the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament downtown Des Moines here at Wells Fargo Arena. Our thanks to all the folks from Dowling, including Tom Wilson, the athletic director, Colleen Webb, Jaron Herring back in the athletic office, and our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio, Brady Grimm, and we appreciate all the business underwriters, supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio for supporting our broadcast during the Dowling Catholic High School sports and activities season. Our 47th year on the air. Our thanks to Matt Wilkham and Deacon Mark Campbell and all the folks behind the scenes. Also like to thank all the athletic directors in the CIML for their assistance with our broadcast, including all the head coaches, girls and boys coaches along the way. So we appreciate them. Our thanks to Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls head coach, and of course Audrey Faber and Layla Tritton. They joined us at halftime. And our next broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio, as we mentioned, will be this Thursday morning, February 29th, Leap Day. It'll be girls Class 5A state basketball semifinals. Third-seeded Dowling taking on number 7 seed Cedar Falls. Our pregame gets underway Thursday morning at 11:30 with tip-off at 11:45 from right here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. For my broadcast partner, Scott Babinett, this is Mark Amadale for Brady Grimm. Mentioning the score one more time, the final, Dowling Catholic 53, Pleasant Valley 48. Dowling will take on Cedar Falls on Thursday morning in one semifinal. The other one at 10 a.m. has Johnson taking on Waukee. And hope you can join us Thursday morning. So until then, thank you for tuning in this afternoon on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. From all of us with Iowa Catholic Radio, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled afternoon.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, Blessman International, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.